wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still in the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. Independent, I never ever traded him. You know what? What is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side floor. Gucci got large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube and view it for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
All right. Welcome on in, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a hump day. All right. Well, it's over. It's over. This Clayton McCullough doesn't know what he's doing out there. I'm telling you right now, every decision that he makes is the wrong one. I mean, every single one, Dan Day, that he makes, every single one, he is just pulling the wrong strings all over the place. I mean, he is going, he's too cute with the lefty stuff. He pulls out Sandy at the wrong time. He has Fairbanks on the bench for like 2 weeks and then puts him in the 8th inning. Dude's a big whiffer. He has no idea what he's doing. The Marlins season's cooked.
I'm telling you, the Marlins season's cooked. I was about gathering myself to respond to you, and then I get the Marlins season is cooked. The computer has been unkind this year to the Marlins.
Oh my God. Yeah. Like, can we get the reboot on the AI for the Marlins? Like,
Last year it was so good.
What are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? And what are we doing? And Fairbanks, I mean, enough with the cute stuff with all your jokey jokes in the interviews. Go get a save already, all right? Or let's at least get the hold and let's move on to the 9th inning. But, I mean, to have a 4-0 lead and then have a 5-3 lead and not come away with the win, very disappointing. And you guys have become a little regular at that this year, Marlins. It's become a little bit too regular. You know, so I don't know. You're right. Maybe old Bendix needs to maybe he's got to check his iPhone for an update, or he's got to go call AI or IT or whoever the hell they got to go to. But what the hell are they doing? I mean, this McCullough, he's 0 for the season. Every decision he makes is wrong.
But the good thing is you are in every game. You are not outmatched in any games.
Right.
So you feel as though once they get this AI algorithm right, they're going to be fine.
You know what? They always say algorithms need to work out the kinks. And apparently, I don't know, apparently Clayton McCullough's got a pain kink because he keeps making these decisions where he's left able. Oh, hello, Leroy.
Hello.
Obviously, the Marlins was a side note on last night. The Miami Heat season comes to an end.
Though.
It is done. It is over. Thrilling game. I mean, honestly, a thrilling. That game had it all. It had clutch buckets. It had wild affairs. It had cheating. It had dirty plays.
Right.
It had it all. But the Miami Heat season ultimately, finally, Leroy, the Kings must give up their throne. No longer the Kings of Playinville. A new king is born.
You know what?
Maybe in Portland.
The one thing that I was bothered with at the end of that game is I don't understand why they don't foul. Because here's what I'm going to use a golf analogy. And the golf analogy is as long as you have another shot, meaning that as long as your ball is not in the hole, I have a chance.
Right.
Okay? As long as you have to swing the club one more time. So why wouldn't you foul them and make them have to take the ball in as many times as possible? Because something could go wrong.
Sure.
Especially
last night.
You're adding more variables into a situation where you could screw up. They may not screw up. They may come out with a great play that they score anyway. But I have more opportunities for us to either make a play or them not to make a play if I foul and make them take it out.
Yeah, especially with that team, with
So-
who knew what they were up to yesterday, because it felt like they wanted. I mean, they honestly gave the Heat the game back. Like I thought once overtime got there, I thought the Heat were cooked.
Right.
And then LaMelo Ball, this guy. I mean, I couldn't imagine being a fan of this person.
He is so unorthodox and awkward, and he'll just decide to shoot from anywhere.
But not only shoot from anywhere, but first of all, this guy, they let him get away with whatever he wants. I mean, he's walking all over the place. It's ridiculous. Backcourt, traveling. They don't, but you can't really, but nobody knows because nobody moves like him.
Right.
Everybody's confused and dazzled by the wizardry that he has. But then he does things like, I'm going to throw the ball away. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? The literal one thing I can't do, I'm going to foul the greatest free throw shooter in this building shooting a fadeaway three into the stands.
Right.
Why would you do that?
Right.
And yet, he also decides, I'm going to turn this into a jiu-jitsu match, and I'm going to be rewarded for all of my bad behavior.
Right.
And that's the thing that is infuriating about him, is because this man has faced zero repercussions his entire life for the way he goes about his business.
He playing Rock'em Sock'em Robot with his car.
What?
He's tripping people.
He treats red lights optional, loses wheels on Hummers.
Right.
He is now out here just like not even denying that he hurt Bam. He goes, yeah, that was my bad. I'm sorry. I might have had a head injury.
Hold on. I've had head injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that you are not able to do is focus on a foot.
Oh, he was focused.
Right?
He was like Sergei Bobrovsky focused.
I'm saying.
They showed the overhead view of him. That dude was like locked in like a behind the back pass. He goes ankle. Phew.
Yeah.
Sent Bam flying.
I personally think that something that to use the excuse that they were on a fast break and play continued when you should have blew a whistle right then and there. And how these officials are in these moments in a game and everybody's giving them a pass for that play.
Yeah.
And it's that bothers me to no end. Like, and granted, I think I was more frustrated that they were in the game and chose not to foul at the end of the game.
Dude, there's 100 things you can be frustrated with yesterday.
But
that
all the other things that happened during the course of the game, we've seen all year. And so I was trying not to get too upset about this is who they've been. But the fact that they fought, the fact that they didn't have Bam, the fact that
Davion Mitchell was awesome.
Davion Mitchell was awesome, right? And how about this? And at the end of the game, you didn't have an Olay twin. You had a pretty decent defender on LaMelo Ball.
Jaime? Yeah, I mean, they took Davion out of the play. That's what they wanted to do.
Right. But still,
I do wish. I think Jaime could have been a little more physical.
A little bit. But that's once that guy gets to your corner, foul him.
I think
you got to foul him.
I didn't see it, but I saw people were saying that Kalel maybe pulled a hammy late in the fourth too. That's why it wasn't in there. I don't know.
Right.
But obviously there were so many things that went into that
Kalel, I was
my
so
God.
happy.
That third quarter that he had.
I was so impressed. And you know, one of the things that I was impressed with is that they needed him to step up, and he did.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there justifies all the complaints we had about how
100%.
they handled.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you had no other option but to go to Kalel and say, hey, we need you. And he came through.
Sure did.
And so from that standpoint, like, yeah, as frustrated as I was, I saw a lot of things in that game that made me feel good about how I felt about players the whole year.
Yeah, it was the proper ending probably to a season that was absolutely that really the way I say, I think it ended miserably. I really didn't think the entire year was miserable. I thought there were good pockets, but
they were 5-11 their last 16
games. The last 3 weeks was some of the most miserable basketball I've ever watched in my life.
Correct.
It was so bad.
Correct.
And now they're here, and like, yeah, Dan and I were talking about this like before the game, before the show today, where we're like, are Heat fans happy? And I was saying my explanation for it was, I definitely never go into a game rooting against my team. I'm just not wired like that. And especially once the Bam play happened, like that kind of locked me into it. Now I want revenge.
Yeah.
But I at never any point when they were hitting crazy shot, when Kobe White was going crazy, it just didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. And that's when you know you want it. Like sweaty palms first quarter because you give up an 8-0 run to the Celtics. Or just no margin for error.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the games where you're just like, I'm living and dying with this game. And what a roller coaster that was. But I think every Heat fan could look into their heart and be like, you know what, though? This is probably what they need because they're not good enough. They haven't been good enough. And I'm a little numb.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I felt at the end of the night. I'm still pissed off because you even have jackasses like Kendrick Perkins trying to like justify LaMelo Ball's behavior, which I just don't know how there's any doing that. Even LaMelo Ball's not justifying his behavior,
right?
Other than maybe thinking he's had a head injury, but not a concussion because he doesn't know concussions. So he's not even justifying it. He said he's going to apologize to Bam, which I don't think you want your apology right now, dude. You might want to wait till like, maybe
summer,
maybe you cross in like France or something like that, and
right.
a couple wines in, then you can apologize. But I'm just not in a spot where I'm upset because all of the things that we've been upset about. And I didn't think this team was going to do anything in the playoffs. Their defense has sucked for a month.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have a solution to Tyler and Norm. Still don't. And honestly, if Khalil did get banged up there, they were going to go into the next play-in game with Keshad Johnson as their center. Which is crazy.
I think during the course of the year, Spo kind of put this team in a position where they couldn't play against big teams. Just the way he went about it, like going small. And I guess the assumption was, hey, if we go small, we can run. But have you seen bigs lately? They run too.
Sure.
And then they get in the paint on the other side, and now you're done. I don't know. I think if you ask a fan what they want next year, it would just be different players.
Just direction. And
different
players. Not all, probably some changes to the backcourt would be nice. And having another wing that's like a dude, or we'll see where the ping pong balls lie. Maybe fortune does shine on them.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the problem. If you end up with a top 3 pick, that guy's gonna end up in Sioux Falls the way they
that
do
can't
stuff.
happen. No, well, that's
what they do.
It can't happen.
I know it can't happen. It shouldn't happen with Khalil.
It shouldn't, but it can't happen. Like that's the thing.
I'm doing is taking what history has shown me.
I understand. Well, here's the thing. When you are now not in the playoffs for the first time since 2019, since Dwayne Wade's career ended, this isn't any more about, hey, revamp so we win a championship next year. No, you need to go start building your way back up. It's time to start building your way to go win a playoff round and then get further and get further. This isn't you're a piece away anymore. You are behind the Hornets. The Hornets.
I understand that, but you are wishful thinking, and I am going by what has happened.
I get that, but I'm just saying. But that's
you want change. I want to change this past year.
We want to change.
Ride the young guys. You should know where you are.
We'll take a break. Those headlines, kind of, brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your price Cito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. all things Miami Heat season ending. We'll get to some of your calls during the show today as well. 305-567-0560. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. 104.3 WQAM on YouTube. Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Dan Day and with us here today. We got Sports Day all weekend long. When are you on this weekend, Dan? When can the people catch you this weekend, buddy?
Well, tonight I got 6 to 7 o'clock right here on 104.3 FM.
All right.
And then we'll be on Saturday after the spring game at 1 o'clock.
Oh, the spring games this weekend?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. It starts right here exclusively on 104.3 FM WQAM because people don't want to air spring games on television anymore because too much intel.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. But there's nothing more paranoid than a football coach. Hey, attention, ACC and all top 10, top 25 college football teams. Mario Cristobal wants to maul you with giant linemen. Thank you for this PSA. Don't intel the spring game. What do you mean? He knows exactly what he wants to do. We all know what the intel is. He keeps fighting, 6'8" linemen. I don't know where he finds these people, but Mario Cristobal is like, he's the anti-Spo because Mario Cristobal will look at a lineman and goes, 6'5", too small. Sorry. He goes, maybe you could be my center.
You know what's funny about that is all the things that people are saying about Bane and his short arms.
Yeah.
When he goes and gets guys to protect the quarterback, he's going for
Mooses.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Markel Bell's 6'9". Crazy. It's unbelievable. Oh, man. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest lounge. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Cherry. We'll get to some of your heat calls. I'll see you guys there on hold. But want to welcome in Dave Mack. He is the executive director of the 2026 PGA Cadillac Championship. Leroy's been telling you about it as we got this going on. Leroy, you were playing there yesterday?
So, yeah, I played out there Monday. Dave, I can't for the life of me figure out how these guys shoot 13 and 14 and 15 under. It was so windy. That golf course, the greens are very hilly. They only have a handful of places to put it. But that's what makes it fun. You enjoy going out to watch guys who consider this a profession struggle like the everyday golfer. And so from that standpoint, I can't wait to see, especially when it's 70 guys, 72 guys?
72. 72 plus the field.
72, no cut. This is awesome. This is the best conditions you can, and they're playing for a boatload of money.
And Leroy, you were playing from the whites too.
No. Don't. Hey. You go. Hey.
The blues.
The blues. And it was oh my goodness. I think what killed me, I made it through like 14 before I got extremely exhausted. Car pads only. I'm too old for that. And my body's too broken down. You look for the cart path first. Yeah, but course is in great shape. It really
and really, for those that don't know, Leroy actually has a pretty good golf swing, makes consistent contact, can keep the ball in play. And that was our intention, was to bring out the average or above average golfer, just so they could experience the conditions of the Blue Monster. And I think that's what made this course, so famous over the years, is that if the wind is blowing here at Trump National Doral and the course is playing long, which we've lengthened it over the last 10 years, it could be one of the hardest courses in the entire world. And there's been several golfers that have gone on record to say that.
Absolutely. The greens are tiny. Like you're hitting wedges and stuff like that, or I was hitting 5 irons into a little bitty green. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I think one of the coolest things for this tournament, like I've been to a lot of golf tournaments, one of the coolest things is the fact that adults can bring their kids, right? 2 kids like that. You know, like a lot of times it costs so much to go to these golf tournaments that, yeah, you go with a buddy and you don't really want to bring your kids because they might not be as interested in it as you are. And the fact that now, hey, every adult, you can bring 2 kids under 15.
That's cool.
And now it's a family affair. And I'm interested to see, have you did any scouting on the food? All right. Cause it says local eats. I'm a big fan. You know, I like snacking while I'm at a golf course. What do you got in store for that? because that is going to be a key there.
Yeah, so I spent the last 14 years at Hard Rock Stadium. And so,
Okay.
as you know, Tom Garfinkel and that team over there, they do an amazing job partnering with our local Miami food and beverage partners. And so, I was a big fan of the Miami Open. It was one of my favorite events because of the food and beverage experience. So we partnered with, if you want pizza, we got Miami Slice, right? If you want Cuban food, we've got Sergio's Cuban American Kitchen, right? We've got the Cutwater Bar, the Dobell Tequila Bar, the Michelob Ultra Club, which is a ticketed product where you can get all-inclusive beer, wine, and seltzers. We also have the 1962 Club, which is kind of like the version of the 72 Club at Hard Rock Stadium. 1962 was the year Doral was founded, but we're partnering with a different restaurant partner every day in that space. So we've got Mika, Ava, some really cool restaurants inside the clubhouse as well. So I think overall food and beverage experience is going to be similar, where you're going to have a variety, something for everybody. So whether you're a foodie, a family, a golf fan, a sports fan, or just like coming out to events in South Florida, Cadillac Championship is going to be a great fit for you.
It's really cool too because they're basically building a city around the golf course.
Dang.
Right.
So there's so many areas to watch it, so many opportunities to get a VIP experience and stuff like that. But
Dude, I went to this Miami Slice last week because there was right by the
Of
gym
course you
where
did.
the face-off was for the fight. Honey on pepperoni pizza, genius.
Really?
Dude, game changer. I was like, what? It's absolutely fantastic. It was crazy. Dave, did you get the goosies this past week on the Masters watching Rory hold off? Because I was worried it was going to be squeaky cheeks there for a second.
Yeah, I did. And I just kept thinking to myself, like, we just want a similar leaderboard, because all those players that were playing in the Masters are pretty much coming to our event as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a famous golf course, iconic golf course in the Blue Monster. You've got, an amazing city, obviously Miami, right? The city's on fire right now.
Right.
And then you've got this leaderboard, right? This player field that is the best players in the world. So I think, again, we've got a deal with Cadillac through 2030, right? So we're here for a minimum of 5 years, and we've got an amazing field. So we got really lucky with this, and I think it's going to be a tremendous event.
I want to see it, like, we haven't seen it. I want to see Rory and Scotty playing their best. Because we only saw it a couple of times with Tiger and Phil, and it was down here, and I think Phil actually won. But just to see those two guys go at it with the different way they swing the club and the different way they play and how they do things, I think that would just be, you want to see the best. Golf is really hard at doing that more than any other sport. It's hard to get 1 versus 2. And I hope we can get that, because I don't think, have we ever seen those guys play together? I can't think of a time.
I'm sure they've been towards the top of the leaderboard, and that's what we want is a very congested leaderboard going into Sunday where it's anybody's game. And that's kind of what we felt during the Masters Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Is Justin Rose looked like he had it for a little bit, and then Scotty made a run, and then Rory ended up winning it. And so what's really cool about our event is that we haven't been here in 10 years. And so there's going to be a lot of players that have never played the Blue Monster before, including Scotty Scheffler.
He's never played. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, he's had like that whole peak prime there. So that's a pretty cool first exposure for him.
Right. But people like, Rory McIlroy and Justin Rose, those and Jordan Spieth, they have played it before. So is it going to be the ones that have the experience? Do they remember it from 10 years ago? It has changed in 10 years. We lengthened 6 holes. We changed a couple of the green complexes, and we expanded a couple of the lakes as if we needed more water on that course. But there has been some changes, and they made it more difficult.
You're absolutely evil for a 670-yard par 5.
Wow.
It's just evil.
Leroy, did you play 12?
Yeah, I played them all.
So Tobin, from the 12th, tee box where the pros are going to play to the blues where Leroy hit, there's basically a par 3 in between.
Right.
Jeez.
Right. So you turn and look and say they're playing for back there. It should be a fun event. Hopefully I'll see you.
Absolutely. Anything, Dave, you want to let people know about who are thinking about coming out? I know it says you got the tickets, the free admission for the kids under 15, but things you got around it or they'll see there or shops or whatever that you want to just make sure people who are thinking about going would like to know?
Yeah, a couple things. So for the kids, which is a huge focus of ours because we want to make this a family-friendly event, we're going to have a kids zone. And we partnered with the Frost Science Museum. So we'll be doing science experiments in there, putting challenges, crafts. We're going to have giveaways for the kids. We also have a kids autograph zone. It's all thanks to Griffin Catalyst for sponsoring the youth category for us. And then we also have free tickets for all active military and veterans. We also have the Patriots Outpost on the one green.
Mhm.
And we're going to have a Folds of Honor Friday where we encourage patrons to wear red, white, and blue. And we're going to have a Friday night fireworks spectacular with music by DJ Irie, right?
Oh.
Miami Heat's own. Yep.
Mhm.
And that's going to be a lot of fun. So that's presented by Boeing, is our active military and veteran partnership. So that's another way that we're going to be supporting our troops.
That's awesome. Sounds like an awesome event. Get your tickets now. CadillacChampionship.com. Tickets on sale now. Leroy's been talking about it. He's fired up. He came back. You can see he's got a pep in his step when he got from the golf course. Dave Mack, the executive director of the 2026 PGA Cadillac Championship. We appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thanks,
Hey,
Dave.
thanks so much, guys. Hope to see you there.
Alrighty.
Looking forward to it. It sounds like an awesome event. We'll swing on back to the Miami Heat. If you got your calls, 305-567-0560. Those on hold, we will get to you. We will hear from Erik Spoelstra. He was pissed yesterday. Understandably so. And then also, hey, got a lot of soul searching to do down there. Back after this. Appropriate. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy.
When she's gone.
Sing it, Leroy.
Anytime she goes away, you got to hit this part. I know.
We got a little time before that. WQM's Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall, returns Friday, May 8th. Talk sports unfiltered with WQM staff at Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Enjoy a nice Scotch whiskey from Johnny Walker, a smooth cigar from Drew Estate. The event is free. Just stop on by for
I'm
all the
hosing
info.
down everybody.
Oh, I know it, dude. For all the info, go to WQM.com. You must be 21 or older. See you May 8th at Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall. 4 brands, 1 location, your local Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Chevy dealer. The Miami Heat season came to an end last night. They lose 127-126 in overtime. LaMelo Ball with the layup on Jaime Jaquez Jr. in OT. A wild, wild game that
nobody ever ran away with it.
No.
And so it was intense the entire game.
Yep.
I thought they were going to get it done in regulation.
I definitely did too.
One hell of a shot.
Yeah, Jaime missing that free throw ended up turning pretty big.
Yeah,
pretty big.
Yep,
pretty big at the end there.
Which is even more of a reason why when they came down at the end of the game, I would have taken the foul.
Yeah,
you see what I mean?
Yeah, because anything can happen.
It would be right,
especially when LaMelo was shooting. Jesus.
No, but not even that. They had a foul to give.
Yeah, it's a reset.
So you make them reset on the side, and Spo doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I don't understand why. Like when you have, if you have a foul to give, that's why you have it. It's called a foul to give.
Well, they have nothing more to
especially when they're not calling that continuation like they used to.
Dude, I know. Talk to Norm Powell about that.
Oh yeah, he
lost his mojo when they stopped calling that one for him. Jay, what's going on, man? Jay's in Miami.
Hey, how y'all doing today, man?
What's happening?
I'm all right. What's up, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, I was calling on. I think the one thing that I think we need to do is Spo needs to get in the lab. This has been going on for years and improve offensively in the half court. Even though we're number 2 in the league, I think we work too hard on offense. We work too hard. And simple things that they don't do, like yesterday, it was a play Khalil had LaMelo Ball on him, and nobody throwing the ball. And that happens all year, where guards are, and they don't give them the ball.
Literally, only Pelle Larson is the person on this team who looks for Khalil
the only person
Walker.
that do it. And to me, it seemed like, I don't know if they practice it or if they do that. Like, you have to practice to get them in the motion of doing it. And also, I think that Wiggins is good on the block. Jaime is good on the block. I get the league is about threes, but you have to do what your players are good at. And early in the season, we was doing that a lot. And we did it sometimes yesterday. And I think that's why we're successful. You have to implement more of the getting guys when they get advantages, letting them go on the block, letting them work on the spacing. Just the offense just need to improve, period. Because you can't run all year like that and think you're going to have gas at the end of the year to play defense. And I think that's why we kind of shut down at the end when we was giving up all them points. Them guys was hurt. They was beat up from all that running. You got to be able to play half court. And that's why I think we struggled against the good teams. They're able to stop us from running. Then we don't have no answers in half court because it seemed like we don't know what to do. Like you said the other day when you was like, on your thing, when you said it looked like we lost, like we don't know each other. I think offensively, that's something we've been struggling with all year.
It's been a frustrating.
What to do?
It's a frustrating, Jay. Appreciate the call. It's been frustrating just because, it does feel like, and I think part of that is just everybody's like the roles have yo-yoed all year.
Right. You know what? We should have taken a page out of what everybody was doing to us. Mouse in the house. They just keep.
He was Mighty Mouse yesterday.
Yeah,
he was.
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse
but
yesterday.
I'm not even saying that. They do it with Tyler.
Sure.
They do it with like. Why can't we find mismatches? Because when you watch basketball for the rest of the year right now, that's all they're gonna do. They're gonna keep screening until the guy gets a good matchup,
Mm-hmm.
or they're gonna if they get down, you can get down quickly, right? And hopefully you get down quickly. You see a mismatch because you ran down and you gotten down instead of walking the ball up. But then once you get down there, if you see a mismatch, get him the ball.
Should let you know, Chris Haynes from Amazon Prime, he has tweeted out sources, NBA to review Charlotte Hornets star LaMelo Ball for taking out ankle of Miami Heat star Bam Adebayo in the second quarter, resulting in a hard spill and back injury that cost him the rest of the crucial do-or-die contest. Ruling expected before Hornets' final play-in bout on Friday. They will play, of course, the loser of tonight, Magic and Philly.
Can I just say this?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Damage is done.
I don't like. You can fine him $1 million. It doesn't matter. You have guys on the floor to do the job of seeing that right then and there.
Yeah.
And they missed. And once they miss it, you can't go back and then find them. The game has already been lost. The game is over. See, as an athlete, you don't have that luxury. If you fumble at the end of the game, that's it.
Yep.
You don't get a do-over. I don't know why we insist on holding these officials to a lesser standard than you hold the athletes to who are out there playing. It's lunacy.
Yeah, I don't even care if
How can you not see a guy get taken down?
I don't even know, even in the minute, if he deserved to be ejected. Like, I think at the very least,
It should have been a foul.
Very clearly should have been a flagrant.
A flagrant.
Very should have been
Correct.
at least a flagrant one.
But isn't the rule if there's a question, just call the foul, then you
Right.
can review it?
Yes, but
Yes.
it moved like first of all, the game was so chaotic, Dan. You're spot on, but like nobody stopped it because the Heat were going the other way, and then LaMelo came the other way, and Bam's still writhing in pain, and everybody was like, "Well, why didn't anybody on the Heat like start a fight?" It's like I don't know. It happened chaotically. It moved fast. Why nobody got revenge afterwards? I don't know. Like I would have put Myron Gardner in, and like something that Ron Rothstein would have been disgusted. Ron Rothstein
would have lost.
Ron
his
Rothstein
mind. He would
would've-
have cursed on TV.
Ron Rothstein would have gone in there and punched somebody himself for what they did to Bam Adebayo, and certainly like that wasn't great. And I look, I got to be honest with you, I kind of wish UD would have gone in on LaMelo Ball because he was. I made the joke on Twitter yesterday. I thought that he was going to skip the halftime show because he's driving to Charlotte to go whoop LaMelo Ball's ass in the locker room.
Right.
But they don't have that guy, and I think that's disappointing.
Well, basketball doesn't have those guys anymore.
D-Siz was right, though. UD had to keep it professional. He did rip the referees, though. He's like, that.
Basketball doesn't have those guys anymore.
Except for Beef Stew.
Well, yeah.
All of the Pistons.
All of the Pistons. Well, and they're built that way, though.
They are.
And so, basketball is different. I won't say it's better or it's worse. It's just different the way they do things, right? It's different the way, there's rules in baseball that have applied since the beginning of baseball that apply now.
Yeah.
You hit our guy, we hit your guy.
When that happened to D-Wade, Psycho T got Bose right in his face. Like, that's just what happened.
But let me ask you this. Who's the guy?
For the Heat, I don't think they have one.
Right.
I don't think they
now,
have
you
one.
could have went, 5 years to Johnson. No, what's his name?
James Johnson.
James Johnson.
Sure.
Yeah. And say, James, go get us a foul.
Yeah. Like, I think the only guy who would fight with pleasure right now on this team is Myron Gardner.
Right.
Maybe Nikola Jović because he's gotten suspended before. But I don't know if he's going to win that fight. He's just very angry.
Right.
But yeah, that was I have to imagine Coach Rothstein's looking at that yesterday. He's like, "You kidding me? We're not going to do anything." Here was Spo after the game yesterday on the whole situation. This was Spo.
I didn't see it, but I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny. I think it's a stupid play. It's a dangerous play. Obviously, our best player is out. I'm not making an excuse. The Hornets played great, and they made those plays down the stretch. We had our opportunities to win. I just, that's a shame. He should be penalized for that. I don't think that belongs in the game, tripping guys, shenanigans. And, Curtis was there. It's his responsibility to see that. And if it's not his responsibility, then Zach's got to see it. If, somebody has got to see that, and that, he should have been thrown out of the game, for that. I don't know him from, anyone. There's no place in the game for that. Obviously, it took Bam out of the game.
Jeez, that's as pissed as I've heard him.
Mm-hmm.
As pissed as I've heard him. And that's with him being emotionally prepared to answer that. You know, he's.
I'm not really emotionally ready to answer that right now.
No, this one he was.
Very much so.
This one he was. He
Right.
was furious. QAM, you're on the air. What's your name?
Yo, this is Tony.
What's
Tony
up?
from the hood.
What's up, Tony from the hood?
Hold on a sec. First of all, I think at the end of regulation, man, Spo had the wrong lineup anyway. When I watched the Heat for 38 years, man, and that lineup he had in on the defensive end, he didn't even have Khalil Ware in there. You put Khalil in there, and you have him guarding the inbound pass. I mean, it was terrible, man. I'm gonna tell you, Spo had a terrible year. I tell you what, I'm gonna make a joke. I wish Donald Trump might have owned the Miami Heat because Trump would have been fired. Spo has. I mean, it's just a joke with Spo, man. I mean, the lineups, the small ball, it's just a joke, man. We have to make some changes. And Khalil Ware, I might be the only Heat fan when Bam got hurt. I thought it was a blessing in disguise because Bam is not all that, man. I love Bam, but I think Bam is a little overrated. Time for Bam. I just keep Khalil. I mean, Khalil is the future, man. And you guys have a pretty good day, man. But like I say, Spo,
Just a pretty good day?
Yeah, well, have a good day, my brother.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I upgraded it. Thank you,
He
man.
said, damn. He said, you know what? You know, when the show's over, I'm going to say, you guys have an average day.
Hope it's slightly better.
Slightly
than
better.
Good.
He made some valid points, and we've definitely had questions. Here's what I would say about all of this. Without understanding the reasons why, it's hard to critique what moves are being made. Now, I will say this. I got tired of looking at them play Orlando and trying to play small ball.
Yeah.
That drove me crazy.
Yeah.
And so from that standpoint, yeah. But here's the other thing. I don't know why. And maybe if I knew why, then maybe I would have a better understanding. But any team that the Heat face that had size, they could not compete. They couldn't rebound. They couldn't do anything because he wouldn't play Khalil.
Yeah, they were killed every time they played Toronto.
Right.
Never beat Orlando.
Right. And so from that standpoint, I just wish I had more information before I go to that. As far as Bam, here's what I would say about Bam. And I think a lot of people lose this when complaining about who Bam is and what he does. Bam is asked to do so many different things at different times that he's never been able to be comfortable and be the best basketball player he could be because of what is asked of him, either on the defensive end or on the offensive side of the ball, right?
I have no complaints about Bam.
I don't.
See, here's my thing with everybody who my whole thing with Bam Adebayo will always be, in this league, you need to know who are playoff players and who are not playoff players and who can help you win a championship. And anybody who doesn't think Bam Adebayo could help this team win a championship, I think is nuts. He's already been the best player on a team that's went to the finals twice, and nobody came away from those runs and been like, yeah, Bam's not good enough.
Right.
That it's clear what they've needed, and that's, a real elite scoring guard or wing, and somebody who is a functional help with him with size. And they just haven't done that. They have blown that as a front office colossally. And now you guys get to sit here and watch Joe Cronin make the playoffs while you don't. He's got Damian Lillard, Drew Holiday, and the playoffs. And he didn't even have to give up Scoot Henderson, who stinks. And what do you have? Just sit on that for a little bit. Take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We'll take you guys up until 2 here on the program.
Oh, I figured you playing this in honor of Brittany.
I'm sure it's in there because of Brittany. I don't control the playlist.
This is a jam. Everywhere I play it, people go crazy.
People like Justin Bieber.
They love this song, baby, because I guess it's got Bieber, it's got Ludacris, it's got a little beat to it.
She got mad yesterday because I implied that she didn't like his Coachella performance or something was wrong with the performance. I was like, yeah, maybe he's washed. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. A lot of miles on that voice.
It was a weird thing because like he performed, but then he started playing his music off a computer, and then he just started showing videos that he liked on a computer.
That's
so it's
strange.
like, and he looked like he just got out of bed. He was wearing like a white t-shirt.
Dude, it's almost like 15 years ago since Bieber was arrested down here when he was doing the drag racing on South Beach. Remember that?
Ooh,
that was a long time ago.
That
was a long time ago. Welcome back, everybody. Leroy, can we get a weather update brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season? Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimates.
All right, opening up the WindowPlex. It's mostly cloudy. Light winds, maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour. Winds are coming out of the east. As I see clouds moving left to right. I can't see any planes. So it's got to be, close to 10, 15 miles an hour with the winds, because if it was like 0 to 5, they'd come in over the ocean. I would look out for a little rain later, just based on what I'm looking at outside.
Keeping it safe?
Just to be safe.
I gotcha.
I mean, I can't guarantee you a clear and sunny day if it ain't clear and sunny.
True. Appreciate it, man. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Those who didn't watch yesterday because you were locked in on the heat, the Marlins, they blew it against the Braves. They lose 6-5. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Atlanta then cut it to 4-3. Otto Lopez had an RBI single, made it 5-3. Then Fairbanks, who hasn't pitched in forever, because he did have a kid, but then he was back, and then he just hasn't pitched. There hasn't been a save situation for him. So he goes in there yesterday and gives up a bases-clearing double in the 8th inning. So, that was frustrating. Reminded me of the Yankees series. I'm like, come on, you had that, you put in the big hits, and you just want to.
But it's kind of the more you see the same situations play out. And here's why we have to be careful with how we go after Clayton, because we don't know where the calls are coming from.
I'll just say Marlins. Bad call by the Marlins.
I would say that.
Because my
question is that when do analytics take a backseat to knowledge about your players? Because you can keep going lefty, righty, or whatever, but you might be putting your best hitters on the bench and losing games because your best hitters are on the bench, lefty or righty.
Yeah.
When you look at pitchers that are coming out, right, you're making analytical decisions when your best opportunity to win that game is with the guy you have in there. When do we make those decisions versus looking at a piece of paper irrelevant to who the players are?
I'm with you, dude.
So
I'm with you.
That's why, even though I understand analytics, and I do the same thing in football, buddy, analytics could tell you to go for it on 4th and 1. But if you ain't got a 4th and 1 in 10 tries, when does coaching say, hey, we can't get that?
I'm sneaky excited to convert 4th and 1s again. We haven't done that in 3 years.
I would say that
I feel like it's going
to
to
happen this year. Here's what I would say about this team this year. It's going to look different. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be better, but people are going to look at the team differently because it's
you got a quarterback who can run on 4th down.
Right.
Correct. Not worried that he's going to get concussed.
Correct. I would say there's a couple of things that'll be significantly different on this team. Yeah. One is the quarterback play, just the style of play. Okay. The other thing is you're going to have big wide receivers.
Oh, dude, they're having that kid Boston in today. I was so excited about that. He's a moose.
Right. But
I
that
would like that. I would like that very much.
But and so from that standpoint, it's gonna look different, but I don't know if it's gonna be better. It's gonna be different. So everybody's gonna get excited about it not being what you saw last year.
I mean, he was, and I mean McDaniel, that he just was really bad at that the whole time. Couldn't coach his way out of a 4th and short for whatever. He was just bad the whole time.
Sometimes,
I mean, I know the line wasn't good, but dude,
sometimes I think coaches get into a situation where they overcoach a situation.
Dude, he must have been the king of that.
And here's why. It's 4th and 1, right? Everybody who goes for it 4th and 1 says this: we're gonna line up, we're gonna bust you in the mouth, and we're gonna get a yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't have to be too cute. You know?
That's it. That's it. Now, the problem is that a lot of times the coaches don't have faith in that method, so they try to devise ways, and we'll use this in how the game ended last night in basketball. You try to get too cute, too many moving parts, and you have more opportunity for failure than just turning around and handing the ball off and getting a yard.
Let's go to some of the calls here. Anthony's and Kendall. What's up, dude?
Hey, thanks for taking the call, guys. I kind of wanted to just echo what that guy. I wish you guys a pretty good day.
Thanks.
No, I want you guys to have a blessed day.
Oh, thank you.
Anyways, the reason I'm calling is I kind of have to echo what he said about Spo. Now, he's my GOAT. What he's done for the Heat is second to none. He's amongst the greats in the league of all time, in my opinion. But just it seems like he's so stubborn sometimes when it comes to like wanting to switch up his rotations and make some adjustments. And I don't know. I feel like it's time that everybody just takes a step in a different direction. He takes maybe Riley's role. Somebody else comes in, gets a different voice in the locker room.
Right.
Because there's just this whole running it back stuff that we've done for the last what feels like 5, 6, 7 years. What is it guiding us?
I don't know if that'll happen. And I think first of all, I think Pat Riley is a legend. He deserves to go out on whatever terms he 100%. Needs. But one has to wonder if those conversations do happen this summer. Like, are there conversations of reshuffling things? I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't think so, because my thing with Spo is you don't become first of all, he's a competitive maniac. He loves this stuff. I don't think he's ready to give up coaching. And he's also the coach of Team USA. So I don't think he's going to take a step up into the front office. But yeah, certainly there has to be some different thinking. There has to be some kind of infusion. Appreciate the call, Anthony. It's impossible not to think that. Like, this is just, and look, they can all sit here and say, hey, you guys are spoiled. Look at all the things they've done. Yes, tremendous organization. That's why everybody's so frustrated. Mm-hmm. This is not what we've come to know.
You have garnered these expectations based on your success. Now you can't be mad that we have expectations, right, and you're not living up to it.
The other thing with the Heat is I've always just felt them to be always a step ahead. Like the traditional thing with the Heat is they're always
a step ahead, get rid of a player, a step away,
right?
You know,
and they've been so caught with their pants down on so many things.
Here's
trading a guy too late, doing the most obvious signing in the world, keeping the status quo because you don't want to make a risk on something. That's just not what I've come to know them as. Like, that's just not the way they've operated. And you know, it's like yesterday, like, dude, Shams Charania talking about, Pat Riley wants to get the whale. And it's like, dude, not even I, I mean, you know, I love the chase. Not even I could get excited for that, because ultimately it feels like they're going to come up short with it. The getting Jimmy Butler with no cap space feels like eons ago. And, you know, I just, that has to be reflective in their organization of like, what do we do to really garner us going in a different direction? And if you sit here and say, we're beneath tank, okay, go tell the Spurs about that, dude. They have 2 more championships than you do. Were they beneath it? Like, I'm not saying you got to blow it up, but you certainly got to have a plan of, hey, this whole, you know, we get Norman Powell sent on a plate to us, but it's not a great, you know, fit. Like, you got to do something with some stones out here. And they've just felt like they've played it safe ever since the finals have ended in 23.
I would say if there's one thing that has probably put them in that situation, I have never known this organization to want a player and say, but these guys are off the list. These guys are off.
Yeah.
And the last 3 or 4 times that there was an opportunity for a trade, we've heard who's not available, who's not on the table. And a lot of those guys now you're looking at and going, and so that's the biggest difference from now than before. Think about it. Caron Butler would have never got traded.
No way.
Right?
No way. You're 100% right.
Right. Think about that.
100% right. Caron would never have been traded.
Never
for Shaq
been traded.
with this mentality.
But right.
Never.
And so from that standpoint, for me to hear the Miami Heat are in trade talks with so-and-so, but these guys are off the table, that is different than any Pat Riley or Miami Heat I've ever heard. Because guess what? Alonzo Mourning. You talk about
had to give up Glenn Rice.
Right.
Yeah.
Glenn Rice. Right? Caron Butler. All the people they got rid of just to get Shaq.
Mm-hmm. Or even just like, hey, we have to give up the sign-in trades to get LeBron and Chris Bosh here.
Right.
We'll give up the picks. We don't care.
Right. And that's that is the thing. Now, I will say this. If you go back and think of those generational players that you mortgaged the farm for, is there anybody available now that you would put in that same class?
Untouchable?
No. I'm saying that is worth mortgaging everybody for. We have
I don't
stars,
know if there's a guy out there. Like,
right.
we
don't have there's no Shaq out there.
No.
There's no LeBron and Chris Bosh out there.
Like, because even Giannis has his baggage, but this is the thing. It's like they got to choose with the Giannis thing. Do they want a window to win now, or do they want to start building their way back up? That's what they got to decide, and I don't know.
They're somewhere in the middle.
Oh,
like when you say
kind of almost on the velvet.
We really want Giannis, but we don't give up this guy, guy, and this guy.
When you're 10th, you're not in the middle. You're like you're on the outside of the velvet rope to get to the middle. That's even sadder.
You're not even there. You're going through the back entrance because you got the hookup. Because like you're not in the lottery and you're not in the playoffs.
Cap says Washington will surpass his watch. Dude, forget about Washington. You're gonna get Tyrese Halliburton healthy next year. Indiana's not gonna suck.
Right.
They might not win might not be tops in a top team, but they're not going to suck. They're going to have they'll have a lottery pick, and they're going to get Halliburton back, and they got Zubac all year. Got to do some soul searching. Smitty, before we go to the break, what's up, man?
Hey guys, how you doing today?
Good.
Smitty, how are you doing, buddy?
Hurting, brother, hurting.
Yeah.
Hey, first of all, I need my point back.
Why?
No, man, I was born in Long Island, and I turned myself complete to a Panther Miami fan.
All right, I'll give you
I
your
left
point
the New
back.
York base.
I'll give you your point back.
All right, thank you. Now listen, the only person that can say anything, and I don't know if Bam said anything about that foul or not yet.
He didn't talk
He's
after
the
the
only
media.
one that could really. He didn't?
No, he didn't speak to the media.
Okay, so he's the only one that can actually say he grabbed my foot and he pulled it. I mean, it looks like he pulled it. It does everything. It's a dirty play, but Bam should speak out about that.
I'm sure he will
It
tomorrow.
definitely looked like a dirty. I hope he does. Now, as far as there was coaching things at the end of that game that just confused the heck out of me. When there was 10.8 seconds left in the game, dude, is that the best play you came up with? Throw a backcourt to Tyler, run out the clock, shoot a three-pointer? Dude, how many times do we do that on the final play of a game? You guys seen it over and over again. Am I wrong?
No, that was look, Tyler's a good shooter, but that was a prayer. I mean, listen, he made some difficult last shots in overtime, but you know, certainly you didn't need it. You could have gone for something else.
You should have put it in Powell's hands, let him drive to the basket, either get a foul or drive to the basket. Why? And then try to get it where maybe you can get a rebound with Kalel and you get that second chance. But the play that's called all the time, I've seen it for a couple of years, even when Butler was there. All the time, you're taking a three-point shot. What are you doing? That's the play you come up with. And the defensive lineup at the end of the game. It's like you had Jaime in there for almost 16 minutes straight. The guy was gasping for air. Get somebody else in there or something. Get Larson in there with defense. Get Kasparis in there for defense.
He wasn't putting Kasparis in
I don't get it.
He wasn't. But I appreciate it.
He didn't.
Here,
Yeah, because he's a rookie. He won't play him.
Here you go, Smitty. Hold on.
Point for color.
All right. See you later, buddy. All right. We'll take a break. For those on hold, we will get to your calls. Quick break. 305-567-056 to react into the Miami Heat season ending here today on Tobin and Leroy. We are back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, 104.3 WQAM on YouTube, Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch. We'll take you guys up until 2 o'clock. Miami Heat season comes to an end yesterday in the play-in. Yeah, I guess all I have this summer is Avril Lavigne Stanley Cup ads. Nobody gets me ready for the cup like Avril Lavigne because I don't even have the cats. I was just telling Leroy, Dan, like, I saw Nosek has a leg fracture, and I'm like, did any Panther get out of this season unscathed? Any of them? I guess Bob never really was hurt.
Paul Maurice,
that's it. I will say I saw another, because I don't know what the hockey accounts are, right? Like, I don't know who the Drip Skylarks of the world are on, but I saw one yesterday that was like, yeah, Bob and the Panthers super far apart on contract negotiations. Am I going to lose Bob this summer? Because I don't think I can handle that. I'm not mentally prepared. I didn't like the trade deadline at all, and I don't want him to leave. I really don't want him to leave, but you know, Cats still got one tonight. We can autopsy the Cats tomorrow in this season. Because every one of them got, I mean, dude, lost Barkov, had a guy's feet get burned by an exploding grill.
That's the season right there.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? That's about how the whole season went.
Yeah.
Like, just fluke injuries.
Mm-hmm.
First was that.
Seth Jones took a puck right off the neck.
Right. Then we didn't even get Barkey at all.
Nope. He tried. He's like, just rest, Barkey.
I also like how we have back-to-back days of seasons being over.
Yeah.
And I get to roll in for both. I'm like the closer. You know what? Brittany, Vlad, they can't take it. Dan, you're mentally tough. Go in there. And
we need your positivity and your optimism today, Dan. That's what we need, because, yes, it's going to be a long – I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a long summer, especially with these damn Clayton McCullough / Bendix decisions during these games.
Get in there, Pete Fairbanks.
Whoop. None of these games are like, all the Marlins games that they lose are heartbreaking. They don't lose just like.
Well, here's why. The problem with the Marlins is you watch these games, and the problem that you have is it always seems to lose because of decisions, not because of play. Like.
Yeah, I mean,
taking Sandy out.
They got they got spanked against Detroit, but like, yes, like this. I was like, come on, you can't give up. You're gonna look back. Let's just say the Marlins season is something. Maybe they can play for the wild card, right? Mm-hmm. You're gonna look back at those Braves games. You're like, what? How do we blow that? Come on, you can't blow that. Blow that.
I would also be willing to say that if they keep trying to use a piece of paper to, manage this team. Because one of the things we say about the coaches that won the World Series down here, right, was
guts.
They sit in the thing and I had a feeling. Smoke a cigar. I had a feeling.
Well, even
Jack, I had a feeling.
Look at this past World Series with Dave Roberts and Miguel Rojas.
Right.
Miguel Rojas was not the call there. He went with gut.
Right.
Biggest home run of his life.
Right. But so from that standpoint, I think if it doesn't work out, and this is why I understand analytics, but I also think that you should have more awareness of what your players can do in various situations instead of going, okay, we got a lefty against a righty. I'm like, but hey, buddy, how's that lefty been hitting?
James is in Delray. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, I gotta say, before you went to commercial break, I agree with maybe 110% of everything you guys said. This team is in a weird position, but I like what you said too. I listened to your YouTube video after the game last night, and I like what you said. That sense of relief you kind of feel during this whole thing, because like, all right, maybe now there's a little bit direction here, so we'll maybe get a decent draft pick and line up for all this stuff. I know it's going to be a weird offseason, but they're going to have to change. Go down a different route here. And if you watch this team play too, they don't really do much on offense. It's so much isolation ball. Everyone just kind of standing around waiting for somebody to make a move. And it's weird. I know they try. Usually when you're an offensively flawed team like this, you just try to catch everybody on the back of their feet is why they played so fast this year. So a lot of flaws in this team that got to be rectified.
No doubt.
A
Like,
lot.
it was very gimmicky. And then, like, I did think they, like, look, early on, I think some people fell into it with the ball was popping. I thought Davion was doing a great job moving the ball. Obviously, Norm was much better in the first half of the season. I do think he physically breaking down. I can't say that's nothing.
Right.
You know, he wasn't the same guy. But that, I mean, how much more of how much of the season do I need with those guys not working together to know that that didn't work? And then, to be honest with you, and I guess, and nobody will admit to this, but once they got to that point where they both had to be there and they had to pick one, neither one of them, they said it publicly, but none of them really felt, Tyler Hero and Norm Powell in their hearts did not feel like either one of them should have been sitting on the bench. So you did not get that investment from them.
Right.
I'm sorry. You just didn't. And that's the disappointing thing, is because you know what? They're both really talented players. They could help you win if they're all the way in, but neither one of them really wanted to be in that position. They both were like, oh, good, I'm hurt, now I'm back. Oh, he's hurt, now I'm back. And then when they were both available, like, it just felt, Dan Day, like, oh, I have to do this. Like, even Norm's like, with the minutes I'm given, Tyler Hero, go ask Spo. Like, that bugged me.
And they're both in a contract year.
Yes. Well, Tyler wants an extension and Norm's a free agent.
You know what I mean?
But I know what you
They're
mean.
both trying to get
money's
paid.
on the line. Money's on the
So
line.
who's going to sit there and say, oh, with my future at stake, I'll be a team player and I'm going to go sit on the bench and I'm going to like it. You know, it's understandable.
It is. And especially, look, Norm had an all-star year. He was an all-star.
It's his argument.
But you know, I don't think you win like that. You know, this whole organization talks about sacrifice and all that stuff and giving it all for the greater good. And I just don't feel like they could say it publicly. I don't think that they felt it in their heart of hearts. It's easy to sacrifice until it's you're the one who has to sacrifice. That's right. Like, that's what D Wade and Chris Bosh always said. Like, and that's what it felt like when one of them was asked to sacrifice. They did it, but did they do it with everything they had invested in it? Because I know when Pelle Larson was asked to do it, he would do it. He don't care.
I remember Norm Powell. Yeah, just wherever coach needs. He said it's so just bland.
Yeah.
if I have to come off the bench, I have to come off the bench.
I've been there before. You know, do I feel like I'm a starter? Yes, 100%. But, you know, I'll do it, you know.
Who's conducting the interview here?
Is that part of, like, but that kind of lends to part of the problem that this team had.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Is because, hold up, buddy. Who are you? That you need to be making demands of what you should and shouldn't be.
Schmeathan says Norm making the All-Star team was like Goron making the All-Star game. Fake. Let's not say things we can't take back, Schmeathan, okay? All right? Let's not say things we can't take back. Let's not say things we can't take back.
I can't believe how
Goran Dragic, okay, would sacrifice whatever it took. And in fact, while he wasn't happy, him and Spo had a lunch the year they went to the finals when he was almost traded to the Mavericks because Mark Cuban thought he was getting Derek Jones Jr. instead of Goran Dragic. But when Goran was asked to invest and play off the bench, even if he didn't like, he did it. And then started in the bubble. And if he foot didn't get hurt, he would be a champion. I'm just sad. All I have is hypotheticals. Don is in Jacksonville. What's up, buddy? Calling us from Jacksonville, huh?
Yeah, so I want to make a brief point on Giannis just because you guys touched on it, but I don't think enough people are considering, especially with how Cass and Coel, with how they're babies. They're very young. And if, God forbid, we make the Giannis deal and those calf injuries turn into an Achilles, it is going to set us back so far. But it's a side tangent. The main point of the call, like this LaMelo situation, the culture I grew up in with D Wade, like, could you imagine if Hansbrough knocked D Wade out of that game? I really worry that Udonis might be in prison right now, at least the old Udonis. And you look at this situation last night, and there's not one person on the team to make LaMelo feel it.
Yeah.
I think nothing was more emblematic than new prim and proper Udonis towing the company line. And it feels like he sold out, dude. And I don't think anyone's talking about it. I'm a bit baffled that it's not brought up because I think it's a perfectly emblematic thing for where this organization is at right now.
I get that. I understand. Like that's the thing. In today's day and age, you're supposed to, like, we have taken objectivity and kind of thrown it out the window. I think everybody knows. Like, I don't know if you saw the video that they put out of Udonis Haslem that Amazon put out after the Heat lost. The dude was very clearly heartbroken. And I think you can tell he cares. I don't think he wants to be up there with Heat pom-poms, but I know that he was seething. But I get why you would be upset. I wanted it too. I wanted him to go punch LaMelo Ball through the television screen. But I think your point of there's nobody on this team that wants to step up. Nobody wants to get a little physical on this. That was tremendously disappointing.
You have to have it. It has to be part of you. And keep in mind, like, a team that runs and guns that don't play half court offense or defense, you're asking them to be physical?
Yeah. Right.
You're asking them to be physical?
Take a break with the mixed bag coming up next. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Want to let you guys know one more time about Whiskey Stars and Cigars. You excited about Whiskey Stars and Cigars, Leroy?
Yeah.
Hobnobbing?
I like talking to the people.
It is fun talking to the people.
It's talking to the people. We have probably more of an interaction than a lot of people.
Yes.
So yeah, it's cool. Like I hang out with the people more than the people I work with.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy
one with
you
the
guys.
people.
I just enjoy the people coming out. I enjoy them showing an interest in our show. I think it's fun.
So if you guys want to, WQAM's Whiskey Stars and Cigars presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall returns Friday, May 8th. You can talk sports with Leroy.
And
Tobin.
don't try to get me to drink tequila.
Come on.
I'm off. No, I tried the fancy stuff. Joe got me the fancy stuff. You told me to get the fancy stuff. Everybody says you get the fancy stuff. You don't. And I had flashbacks and I got nauseated.
I don't even like the fancy stuff. I like the kind of a little a notch above like gasoline tequila.
Well, that's because
that's the kind of tequila I like.
You know why? Redneck liquor.
What?
You're not right?
I don't know.
Come on. If you had a chance between 25-year Macallan and Jack Daniels, you're drinking Jack. That's okay.
Said Tobin didn't even show up last year. No, I did.
Yes, he did.
The last one was it was game 3 against the Blue Leafs.
No, Tobin did show up. So stop.
I show up to everything, dude.
Yes. That's a whole nother story about the free work.
Right.
Free labor. We come out there for you guys, but it's free labor. Tobin drives all the way from Palm Beach for a handshake and a smile.
And I'm happy to do it. Whiskey Stars and Cigars coming your way on May 8th. Talk sports unfiltered with the WQAM staff at Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Enjoy a nice Scotch whiskey from Johnny Walker, a smooth cigar from Drew Estate. The event is free. Just stop on by. Get all the info now at WQAM.com. You must be 21 or older. We'll see you May 8th at Tabacón Cigar and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Whiskey Stars and Cigars, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall. 4 brands, 1 location. Your local Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Chevy dealer.
Check this out.
Go ahead.
I need to know who decides what tasty treats we have to eat.
I don't know.
I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
It feels like a Tyler thing.
I'm going to go over there and talk to him.
Feels like a Tyler thing.
Yeah, we need to, like, what we doing? Let's go.
You familiar with the Columbus Blue Jackets?
Yeah, the hockey team at school down south.
I don't know this coach, Rick Bonus, but he feels like hockey, right?
Rick Bonus.
That's his name.
Are you sure that's how you pronounce it?
Bownes. Bonus. If he's Canadian.
Bonus?
Maybe Bonus. Somebody get Trevor on the phone. Well, this guy's really mad at his hockey players playing soft. And he went on the whole post-game tirade yesterday.
Rick, you've been a part of a lot of games and a lot of seasons. Have you ever been part of something that's as frustrating as this has been down the stretch?
No.
Is he crying?
All you got to do is look at the stat sheet. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. Like, I don't know if I'm back, but if I'm back, I'm changing this culture. These guys, they don't care. Losing is not important enough to them. It doesn't bother them. Like, how can you go out and play like that? Should have done this about a month ago. But this is why we are where we are. This is why we're at the playoffs. That kind of effort. Losing, you have to hate losing. I don't care if it's a meaningless game. I don't care. Show up and compete. 3 hits, 23 giveaways. What else you want to know?
You reached them for so long after you got here. How did it stop? Where did it stop?
Because it got tough. Because it got hard. Like we talked about after the Olympic break. It's going to get harder. So everything's good as long as it's going their way. And now it gets tough. We don't want to battle back. And that's what's happened over the last a couple of weeks. That's all that's happened. We're going to change that. If I'm back, I don't know if I'm back. Don and I will talk. We'll get to that. But man, oh man, some of those guys are so lucky the season's over and there's no practice tomorrow. There's no more games. What else you want to know?
I think even in the long history of this franchise, I don't think they've ever lost 6 games in a row to end a season at home.
No.
Is that worse?
It's terrible. Inexcusable. If they're not embarrassed by not only tonight, By that, they're on the wrong team. They are. They got to be embarrassed with that. Anything else? Yep.
I'm like a guy that wants to be back. Do you want to be back? Did you scratch the itch? Where are you?
All right, we scratched the itch. I'm going to talk to Don, as we said from there, right? But and the players were told tonight, if I'm back, we're changing this freaking culture.
Wow.
There's a couple of things that I would say that are rare. Very rare that a hockey team is called soft.
Well, they were played mostly this because the Blue Jackets were like in a playoff position.
Right. They lost like their last 6 games.
Last 6 games at home, 3 in their last 13. Oof.
I mean, that's the one thing that you could
sounds
always
sounds like the Heat.
There's one thing that you could take away from Paul, right? Maurice. And that is that he said it. Regardless of the situation, our guys play hard. Regardless of who's there, they play hard.
Yeah.
And we tend to take that for granted because things don't go the way you want them to go. But I would say as a hockey coach or a guy that's coached hockey for a long time, the one thing that he would struggle to tolerate is guys not being tough.
No doubt. I thought he was going to go down with the Cleveland coach that told you I'm going to take USOBs with me.
Oh.
I thought he was going that route.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Dulcich. Great hair, great mustache. Looks like Oates, but he's our tight end. What? You don't think he looks like Oates?
He does.
A little bit. He was asked yesterday in a media session about Jeff Hafley.
Coach Haff is dialed. You know, he's we've got high standards, and I think that's what you want, especially when you get a new head coach and everyone has so far bought in. And the challenge is going to be, I mean, it's week 2 of the off-season program now. The standard is going to be living up to that, you know, for every single week. It's easy to do it in the first week, you know, kind of listening to what he has to say, because he's always going to bring the juice. I can already tell.
Yeah.
So it's on us really to feed off of that. And, you know, they're going to do a good job fostering a culture for us to sort of follow.
Love that. Coach Juice. What are you doing, dude? Culture.
Let me tell you something. Dude, don't come at me with this nonsense 2 weeks in the off-season program. Talk to me when you got to. You know, it's an indication of you whether you're tough or not. Okay, when you put your mouthpiece in, when you go and practice against other teams, when you play against other teams. Okay, I get all this nonsense now, but ain't nobody getting busted in the mouth. I'm tired of hearing how great everything is in the off season. I don't give a rat's ass about it. All you doing is basically going to school. You're going to school and running around. You're going to school and learning the playbook. There ain't no damn coach. You ain't got no culture until you get one of those games that got to fight through something. And then you see the way your guys respond to some difficult situations. Then you go, oh, the culture has changed. But until you see that, this is all nothing. A big nothing burger. I'm tired of hearing how enthusiastic guys are. You ain't hit nobody yet. Can you get a 4th and 1? Dolphins!
No, he's more like a pass catching.
I don't care, but that's when we gonna know if the culture has changed. We ain't doing that now. Right now, we holding hands and skipping across the field and learning plays.
I love the idea.
Stop it. Call it. Listen, all I want you to do is call it for what it is. Stop getting all overexcited about nothing. That's what gets you in trouble when the season starts and you're like, oh, no. I'm tired of this.
RVA Richard says, that was not goose worthy.
Right.
No
goosies. You are you the culprit of this.
I'm not a culprit.
You are.
I didn't do anything.
I'm excited about 2 weeks in the offseason.
I'm not excited. I'm not excited. I mean, you know, why
What
can't I
does that
feel a
mean?
certain way?
Football is what? A contact sport.
Sure.
What are you getting excited about at this moment?
Learn things too.
What are you getting excited about at this moment? Okay, there.
Not Mike McDaniel talking.
There. Okay.
That's exciting.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine.
Goose, floozy.
But guess what? That ain't got nothing to do with this team. And you already getting excited
I'm
after
not
2.
excited. Why did you say? You don't know that I'm excited.
said goosies.
I didn't say that. It's not even the game.
Rat's off a ship.
What? That's later. That's next hour.
Okay. Well, I'm Rat's off a ship now.
What the hell is this?
Ain't nobody hit nobody.
Miami LB says Tobin, a goosies enabler.
Right. Yes. You just throwing. You are a loose goose floozy.
That's ridiculous.
You're throwing your goosies around everywhere.
I didn't even know if I did. I don't even know how I felt. I had nothing wrong. You know, what's wrong with what he said? All he said was
loose goose floozy.
Yes. Let's give it up for Tobin. He's goosing on stage number 5. Like, come on.
Timbo says just game bum. This is not the game.
I'm telling you. See,
Bum.
here's the difference between me and you. You get all excited about stuff like that. I'm keeping it real.
I didn't even say I was
I'm
excited.
keeping it real.
I just played a clip.
Tobin.
It's the mixed bag.
Tobin. Stop lying.
Ethan Schmolnick says Tobin is Dianna Russini.
We should be making fun, but damn, that was funny.
That was funny.
Funny's funny.
Tobin's a fraud.
Yeah, dude. See, this is where I get called the hater because I try to keep you in line. Because he just makes a wild run for it. You like the dog. You open up the front door and he runs away out in the street. That's you.
That's what Greg Dulcich had to say.
Greg Dulcich? That's what we going to for hot takes?
Face the franchise right now.
What is wrong with you?
All we have is Dulcich, Devon Achane, and Malik Willis.
Dulcich? That's what we going to? No.
Yeah, the guys are busy.
Dude.
All right. If you're on hold, we will get to your calls. I'll get you caught up with your headlines. Miami Heat, of course, their season comes to an end. Still lots of sound we got to hear from. We got to hear from Spo. We got to hear from this doozy from LaMelo Ball. That was
my
crazy.
goodness.
Oh my God.
It is. Listen, right now, if there's very few times in life where you hear somebody say something, well, there's more times in life now where you hear somebody say something, you just look at the screen and go, that boy is a liar.
Take a break. Back after this. Leroy was trying to catch me on camera. He's trying to pull. He's like, join me in my enabling of eating candy on the air, giving me Sour Patch jelly beans. Those are delicious. Wow.
Dude.
Anything in Sour Patch form. I mean, like, come on.
Yep.
Delicious.
Well, you know what? Not a big fan of the Sour Patch Bunny rabbits.
Too cute?
Too cute.
Yeah.
But the jelly beans,
top notch.
Top notch.
Did you like the video I sent you of the concerned groundhog?
Dude.
I loved it.
Wait. You know what else is funny? When they make the cake dog or the caked animal with the pet next to him.
Oh, and like the thing looks freaked out because they cut the hat. I've seen those.
Yeah.
There's a video going viral today. It's a groundhog, and I guess they're at a clinic or a zoo or something like that, and they're getting groomed. One of his friends is getting groomed, and there's the groundhog who's getting groomed, who's completely fine. He doesn't seem bothered, but he has a cowardly friend who like every time he hears the clip, he's like, he gathers his cheeks, his chubby little groundhog cheeks, like heavens to Betsy. It's adorable, Dan Day.
No, I absolutely love it. I know what's going on too, because I have the rabbits and you have to cut their nails. Sometimes
whoa.
You don't know this?
We're not just gonna drive by this. You have what?
Rabbits.
Several. You haven't seen them? He's brought them before.
Well, he wasn't in the studio the times that I've brought
hold
them
on. Dan, where are we from?
I don't understand.
No. We need to. Where are we from?
From New Orleans.
And what is a pretty frequent meal in Louisiana?
Oh, I know. People eat rabbit all the time.
Rabbit stew?
Yeah, it's a stew usually.
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it tastes like chicken. But I can't imagine that you would have pet rabbits. How many?
3.
He's brought them before. They're awesome.
They play?
They just kind of chill.
Yeah, they're a little nervous when they're here and stuff like that. And
Understandably
they're like,
so.
Well, yeah, they're nervous of you, dude. They know where you're from.
He loves those rabbits.
They can smell my history? Is that?
Smell like he ate rabbit back in 72.
Yeah, this is the clip that went viral for our YouTube and Twitch audience. You know, there'll be a little music behind this, but you could just see the one groundhog in the corner. He's so upset that his friend is getting his nails clipped. Like shit, he like in the corner. Like, no. Oh, well, that was like me yesterday watching Bam on the ground. Oh man, get up! You played the saddest music. He's just very nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. And I don't like it. So there, that groundhog, we could all relate.
I mean, all animals, like even when you go to the vet, dogs act a fool when you pull out a needle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. You got to be careful. Yeah, my mom's been a vet tech for a long time, and she'll like, I mean, the way they'll like scratch her up just because you're trying to do something. I'm like, geez, Louise, they go nutty.
I like the dogs that play dead.
Gordon's in Miami. What's up, Gordon?
Hey guys, I really appreciate you guys taking calls. You're one of the few stations that do it, so it's nice that you guys have a nice connection with the listeners. Regarding the Heat, listen, we're not going to have meaningful sports until the Canes play in August or September, so we're all going to have to take a break for a little bit. It would have been nice if the Heat season went a few more weeks, but maybe now we'll the brain trust over there on Biscayne Boulevard will sit down and figure out how to put a product together that attracts fans like me to come to the games and not just see the other teams come into play. I mean, it's enough already. It's enough of the same players, the same thing. It doesn't work. And they need to look at the entire roster, and they need to I don't know if you can. We've had this conversation before, and I'm going to have it again. We've got to figure out a way, and I heard Hockman say it too on the show yesterday. It's even if it's lateral moves, we need new players. We need a real point guard who creates size and matchup issues for other teams. Davion's a nice player, but he's not a starting point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a nice game last night.
He did have a good game. He's good at the play.
I mean, we need a reliable shooting guard who can play 80% of the games. Wiggins is a nice player, but he's not the answer at small forward. Bam.
He's also just not for this.
Player, but
Wiggins, I will say, Wiggins, I wasn't thrilled because he's wearing Jimmy's number and all that, but Wiggins shows up. But I don't really see what the point of having Andrew Wiggins on this team. He should be on a team that's close to contending. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
So he shouldn't be on the team next year. Bam, you and I have had a conversation. Now, Bam's not the problem in terms of signing new players because his contract isn't so egregious. So if we can keep him, great. But they've built a roster where he's the only player that any other team really wants.
Sure.
So maybe we have to unload him to redo this entire roster and organization that's been stuck for the last 3 years, basically in the play-in. And then you've got a bunch of other players. Hawk has nice player, but he's expendable. Pele, nice player, but we've got some nice rotational players, but we have got to totally just start over. Maybe there's a way to do it, not like the way the Dolphins are doing it, where it's going to take 3 to 4 years to get it back together again. But this doesn't work. And frankly, maybe this Charlotte team did us a favor and did everybody – listen, as a fan, I'm sort of in a way relieved that it's over because this season was going nowhere.
I don't disagree with you. I think that was the feeling I had too.
And it's like, it sucked the way we lost because it hurt because we had the lead. And I was thinking, hey, there's going to be a game Friday night and I'm all jacked up. Well, who knows? Just keep things going. But, the Jović signing was a disaster. He's got to go. I'd give him away for free if anybody wants it, but no one would want him. Yeah. But they just have to redo this.
Should have seen what they did against
roster.
Portugal though in the summer. I'm telling you, it was a great game.
You guys got us all worked up.
Look, I got excited. What do you want me to do? Are you going to get mad? I watched him play well against Portugal and Germany. Gordon, you should have. Gordon, you should have seen him. You should have seen Nikola Jović in the Super Cup against Franz Wagner. He was giving him the work. I don't know what happened.
Goodness, cut it out.
What?
He's not a good player.
You know what?
Not a good player.
I don't have a good argument. He hasn't been a good player.
So
I'm sorry.
Terrible.
Do you guys want me to apologize for the Jović signing? You guys, let me get this straight. Does everybody seem to think
here's what
I'm the reason they signed Nikola Jović to $64 million? I'm not.
Let me ask both of you guys this. You think these last few years, the most difficult thing that he'd have done is never been in a situation to evaluate their players because they've been hurt?
Yeah, that was it was a strange thing. It's right. It's almost like they went to I don't know.
You're saying change players. We don't know how good the players are they have.
We got to go, Gordon, but thank you for your call. But what happened in Serbia? They went over to Serbia. They met with the coach, and did Serbian mafia go over to Spo and Adam Simon, and they're like, "Now you sign Nikola Jović, big contract." Thinking, let's not make it ridiculous to raise suspicions. He'll be about $64 million. They're like, 64, man? He's never played 64 games in a season. Well, he'll be there signed for that now, huh? Body? Now you can't leave. I'm like, I guess we're going to sign him, dude. Otherwise, we're not getting another Serbian mafia over here. I don't know what happened. Okay, I love Nico. But he hasn't been durable, and he hasn't been good. Those are two qualifications as a basketball player you would like.
Right.
So I'm sorry. I apologize. I will say this on the air, okay? Just so it's on the record. Stunt Steve says no one drinks Kool-Aid like Tobin.
No, dude.
That's not fair, dude.
Dude.
Not fair.
You swear you was a brother.
What?
All that red Kool-Aid you drinking.
I will say this on the air, so it's on the record, okay? I apologize for gassing up Nikola Jović.
He was hurt, though.
And everything that he did at Eurobasket. I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize.
Dude,
I apologize.
Dude, here it goes. Dude, Jović.
I don't sound like that.
We had to hear that all summer.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. We will hear from LaMelo Ball and his ridiculousness coming on up as we stream live on YouTube and Twitch. And we're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3. WQAM. Take you guys up until 2. Miami Heat, their season is over. They lose in the play-in, finally. 127-126. The Charlotte Hornets win in overtime. LaMelo Ball with a game winner after having a game-losing foul. He also punched the mascot yesterday. What's up with this guy? Is he okay? Is that a ridiculous question? I mean, he actually treats the road like bumper cars. This was him yesterday, the Bam Adebayo ridiculous trip, which he didn't even admit was accidental. Like, that's the crazy thing. He's just like, yeah, my bad. My bad. Here was LaMelo Ball after the game.
Oh, yeah. I apologize on that one. I mean, I got hit in the head and didn't really know where I was, but I'm going to check on him and see if he's okay and everything.
LaMelo, it kind of looked like on film that you might have grabbed his leg. I mean, did you intentionally grab his leg?
I haven't even seen. Like I said, I got hit in the head, didn't even know where I was, but yeah, just playing basketball. But like I said, sorry, and I'm going to check on him.
When he said does he think basketball is jiu-jitsu? Does he think he's Danielson?
Does
he think this is karate?
Can I just say this? There are times when people ask you to answer questions and you just shut up. Basketball. That's all he should have said.
Jeez Louise.
Basketball.
You think Bam wants an apology?
No.
You think Bam wants to hear from him?
That's something you talk about in the summer, like when everybody's calmed down. Like, to call somebody and ask them how they are and not know whether they think what you did was legal or if you were purposely trying to do it, don't apologize after the fact. You did what you wanted to do.
Asia Wilson posted on Threads yesterday, woo, in parentheses, WTF. So she wanted to also kill LaMelo Ball yesterday.
Just like, come on, man. Like, that's, to be honest with you, to me, when I see stuff like that, that's the perfect signs of a sore loser.
Yeah.
Like, and there should not be a league on this planet that has a governing body that should allow that type of sportsmanship to occur.
Like, are they blind as bats? What the hell? Like, what were they looking at?
Under no circumstances are those officials ever officiating another game for me. No chance.
This was a little bit more of him yesterday. He was pissed.
I didn't see it. The bench was telling me. I had no idea. All of us were looking at the play down the court, and I knew something was up because I saw Bam, standing and the ball going the other way. I didn't see how he would fall hard enough. I didn't see like a jump at the backboard or, sometimes you get undercut when you're making a play at the rim. I didn't see any of that. I just saw him like kind of, stepping out of bounds while we were going the other way. So it didn't seem like anything like that. And then our bench notified. I didn't even see it until I didn't want to see it. The bench had told me. I alerted Zach about it.
And this was him on if LaMelo Ball should be punished for this.
There's no place in the game for those kind of shenanigans. It wasn't needed. And he was frustrated. I think he felt like he got fouled, so he takes a liberty of like yanking somebody there. That should be penalized. Now, I repeat again, that had nothing to do with the end. I don't want to take anything away from the Hornets. They've had a fantastic second half to this season, and this was just a great dogfight. It was a great dogfight. Whoever had, the ball last to make the play. I mean, we had the last play, but they made it when it really mattered.
All right, there's Erik Spoelstra after the game yesterday. Yeah, like the thing is, again. I mean, you're feeling a lot of things. I think Heat fans are right now because you never want to see a guy like Bam Adebayo who plays his ass off, plays the right way, always shows up, get cheated out of a game like that from some bull bleep from LaMelo Ball, who has, I mean, like, just like there's just there's just zero, I think, realization that the guy needs to like grow the hell up. Honestly, like I'm sorry. Nobody ever tells this guy no. Nobody ever tells him he gets to do whatever he wants. He takes 40-foot shots. He's tremendously fun. He looks like a very entertaining player. He does some dopey things. I mean, he gets to walk willy-nilly all over the court. But you're sitting here. You don't acknowledge any traffic lights. All right? You're ramming into people left and right in downtown Charlotte. And now you're sitting here, and this is not only the first, but the second time that you've tricked Bam Adebayo. Come on, man. What the hell is that? That's dirty. That's just flat out dirty for somebody who is just engaging in nonsense and trickery out on the court. So, yeah, I'm pissed for Bam. The season was a headache. It was disappointing. It was frustrating. I'm not even that bummed that it's over. But I'm bummed because of what happened to Bam. That changed my mood of the game because of how he plays. And what LaMelo Ball did yesterday was complete bull bleep. And something has to be done about that. I don't know what, but something has to be done about it because everybody just stared around looking at each other. Ridiculous. Clayton, what's up, man?
What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
Yeah, man. Heartbroken today, man. I mean, obviously the loss is tough.
Are you heartbroken because this is what the season has been, and to act like you're all of a sudden shocked or disappointed when you've pretty much had this all year is, I mean, that's on you.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how I've always been. You know, I love Bam, I love Tyler, I love Davion. You know, I've always been like, I was a big Keon Doolin guy. Like, I love our guys. The year we had all those $20 million contracts, you know, Bumpy, James,
oh my God,
Josh. Like, I love all those guys. It's hard for me to do what these Heat fans do and like just like, oh, got to get rid of this guy, got to get rid of that guy. So like, I'm also worried about the offseason. Like, then we might actually finally lose Tyler this time. Like, you know, I'm just one of those. Like, you know, like I love the Travis Miners and the you know, like the freaking those guys. You know, like I just love my team.
You're all supportive.
You know?
You're very positive.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this LaMelo Ball, you know, like I hated him for years, and I was just starting to like him until this guy had to, for the second time, trying to call the code red on Bam, you know.
Yeah.
And let someone get hurt by Heat player, and then the whole league's after Spo.
Seriously.
But this guy, you know.
You have Scalabrini out in outrage. You have everybody up in arms. If it was Tatum. If it was Tatum, they'd be putting LaMelo Ball in prison.
Oh, my goodness. He'd be handcuffed.
Oh, my God. If it was – could you imagine? Because it's the same thing when it's the 83 points. And that's another thing. You make a great point, Clayton. The lack of respect for a guy in Bam Adebayo who is just class personified, just an A1 person, and guy scores 83 points, didn't do it the right way, didn't do it ethically, didn't do this. But you know, if it was Luka or Tatum or anybody's sweet little babies around the league, Brunson, all the flower petals. I mean, every florist would be out of business because of how much they would have. They could retire early because what a great job, good job, guys. And if something would have happened to them, oh my God! If a Heat player, anything ever happens to a Heat player, tough, walk it off. Same thing happened to Jimmy when Josh Hart went Tasmanian devil on his ankle.
Oh my goodness!
Well, yeah. How about
They
that?
just said,
Two
"Eat it."
tournaments in a row. We lose our top guys. Like, I mean,
It's ridiculous,
row,
dude. It's ridiculous. And everybody's sitting here. You want to debate? There should be no debate. The guy did it. He admitted to it. He should be suspended. You know, whatever. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't care if the Hornets advance or don't advance. Heat season's over. But
yeah,
if you think that was on the level, you're high as a kite, Yogi. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
All right,
And how about the Stones on Davion, though? That's all.
he was Stones. He was Stones, buddy. He was Stones. All right, take care. He was Stones. Good for Davion. Ridiculous, dude. I'm sitting here. You know, I gotta. What kind of behavior is this? He gets to travel. He gets to. Hey, when you step behind the line, is that not supposed to be a backcourt? Am I crazy? And you're punching mascots? He's your mascot. At least Robin Lopez fights the other team's mascot. This guy's unhinged. He's unhinged. Watch out, Con Knipple. You might be next. Who knows what kind of mood he's going to be in? This is an unhinged person. That's not regular behavior. Grabbing people's ankles like this is the mother bleeping UFC. Hoist Gracie? The hell out of here, dude. Bam Adebayo trying to play basketball. Apparently he didn't know he had to look out for the heel hook. Pissed off, man. Just for him. Not that the season's over. Kind of relieved it's over, to be honest with you. And I'm pissed off at you. Fix it. 4 straight years playing. First time in 7 years, no playoffs. No more sitting on your ass idly by. Watching the league just make moves. Only team in the East to not make a move this year. At the trade deadline. You tried to get Giannis. Good for you. What do you want? What do you want? The Try Hard Award? You want a blue ribbon? How about you try and you get? How about that? How about you try and you get down at 6-0 in Biscayne Boulevard? That's what you used to do. You tried and then you got it done.
I told you what the problem was. The problem is that I have never thought that Pat cared if he wanted a player who he had to give up.
The only time you guys
recently they've made that the big issue.
The only guy you oversent for is Terry Rozier? What was the thinking on that one? You're like, you know what? We're bidding against nobody. Let's give him a first-round pick for a guy. And now the Hornets beat you? And you owe him a pick. That's highway franchise robbery. How are you not embarrassed today? That team beat you in a play-in. You owe them a first-round pick for Terry Rozier. Yeah, yes, there was circumstances around it. The league obviously swept a scandal under the rug. Okay, he clearly it was not on the. There was something that wasn't on the level here. It may have bled into Miami. I don't know, but he's Terry Rozier, a first-round pick. A first-round pick for Terry Rozier because you hated Kyle Lowry that much? I was no big Lowry fan either, but if I could have dealt with him for 4 more months for a first-round pick, I would have rather had my first-round pick. That's the guy you go all in for? You won't go in for Spida, for Dame, for Giannis, for Durant, but you guys would overspend for Terry Rozier? What the hell has happened to you people? This is not what your track record has shown. What is this? You guys are sitting here whiffing left and right. Fix it. And I can't stress this enough. Fix it. Back after this.
Game 6.
Rats off a ship.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's time to get to our favorite Wednesday game. Rats off a ship.
Or as I like to refer to it, rats off a Tobin.
Why? Why am I a ship?
You're not a ship. You're just the guy that always has all these crazy thoughts and stuff.
I think my thoughts are completely normal, and I don't appreciate that.
Okay.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
What do we have today for Rats Off a Ship?
Well, we're going to start things off with, obviously, the most famous topic there is today, Kendrick Perkins on the Bam and LaMelo Ball trip.
All right. This was Kendrick Perkins yesterday. Here's what he had to say on this.
He was pointed. He was direct. Didn't think he was cute. Thought that Ball should have been ejected. What were your thoughts of that play?
Scott, no. We can't do this, right? We can't do this. And I understand. Did Ball grab Bam Adebayo's foot? Yes, he did. Did he deserve to get ejected? No. But here's the bigger picture, Scott. Control what you can control. Do you realize that the Miami Heat has been in the play-in tournament for 4 consecutive seasons, which is crazy? How about winning games in the regular season so you don't put yourself in position for a one-game elimination, because anything could happen? And that was unfortunate. Yes, Bam is a key part. He is the cornerstone. He is the franchise of the Miami Heat. But I just don't want this narrative to be out there and overshadow what we just witnessed in a hell of a play-in game to start the playoffs, basically.
All right. Here's the thing, dude. Rats off a ship. Because it has nothing to do with nothing.
Rats off a
like
ship.
You can't. All right, you don't think that he's that it was a play? Tell us why, Kendrick Perkins, that you don't think it's ejection worthy. Maybe you don't think that's harsh enough. Maybe you don't think that it was violent. What the Heat and their past and where they've been has nothing to do with nothing. Guess where the Hornets have been for the majority of their existence? At the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Does it have anything to do with anything? No. So who cares? Who cares? What does that have to do with anything? It's not even like you're making incorrect points, but you're one of these, you make one of these arguments about, what about this? What about that? How hard of a question is it to answer? Okay, you don't think that it's worthy? Okay, why not? How about that? How about you analyze the game, Kendrick Perkins? Rats off a ship, dude. Leroy?
I'm rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
For this reason. They asked him about the act of LaMelo Ball. Not about the frustrations of the Heat basketball season.
He was deflecting.
You chose to answer a question that you were not asked.
Right.
And that's why I'm rats
Nothing
off
to do
the
with
ship.
nothing.
Nothing to do with nothing.
I don't like it. Jennifer, your rats?
I'm super rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
Crazy, dude. Dan?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go rats off a
Rats
ship.
off a ship.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's what I'm saying. You're trying to
No,
answer the
right.
question without answering the question. And then without answering the question, you're actually answering the question.
I don't like it. I don't like it, and I don't like it. Fix it, Kendrick Perkins. Do a better job.
Call them out on it.
It's ridiculous. Like, be like, like if somebody, imagine having a situation where like a Dolphins player got hurt, and I'd be like, what a Super Bowl since '73. Shut the hell up. What does that have to do with anything? It's so dumb. What's number 2, Jennifer?
We have a very weird topic, considering it's a Parakeet Submarine.
Excuse me?
What?
Huh?
What?
Apparently, there is a Parakeet Submarine. Here's a visual.
That looks like one of those little things you put your money in when you go to
Correct.
the bank.
Correct.
Like
It
you
really
said,
does.
a flume for your check.
Right.
It's basically a water bottle at this rate.
Does the bank even use that anymore, or is it just CVS? I feel like CVS is the only place where I'm using the
Because you put your little,
and they send back the prescription in the bag.
Yeah.
That's the only place. Why is that happening?
Well, there is a green
I
parakeet.
only want to see a fish.
I had to stay away from Jennifer, so I had to go in the water.
She can
That
swim.
I like the water. Yeah.
JFig's a birder.
Well, apparently the owner of this parakeet shared footage of this bird underwater, and it was a homemade submarine. Like he did this.
Hold on. Time out.
It's a plastic container and a paintball air tank that allowed this bird to explore the depths of the ocean during a Bahamas trip.
So here's the problem. When you say a submarine, right?
Man-made.
Everybody's mind got prepared for that. Not a damn teacup. So
bird.
It should be an underwater apparatus for his bird, not a submarine.
How much drugs do you have to do to think about my bird wants to be underwater? Like
the same amount you need to hit a possum for a home run.
No.
Well, apparently the bird did this very willingly.
Oh yeah. I'm sure
he knows that he enjoyed it, by the way.
Okay.
See, I was thinking differently. When you said canary submarine, I thought it was a submarine full with canaries. I was like, that's pretty cool. You can go on a submarine and there's canaries all over the place. But no, it was literally a canary submarine.
Is it like, Dan, is there any place a bird which by nature flies
lives in the sky?
I'm trying to get my birds to stop walking across the damn street and blocking up the road.
Why would a bird want to go underwater? Rats off a ship. Like I'm for animal shenanigans from time to time. This guy was very clearly on a lot of drugs. That bird looks miserable.
Terrified.
He looks terrified.
Hey, don't come up with conclusions, okay? Apparently, the bird will do it with him again. Okay,
He's looking over here like, "Hey, buddy, I fly." That's how he's looking.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't like it.
I'm
equalizing pressure in the wrongest way.
Here's the deal. Stop trying to make your animal cute and say your animal does special things. It does not. Besides a dog catching a ball, that's it. Okay? Stop. Oh, look at my little animal. Look, my bird goes submarining. Like, nobody cares.
Like,
Rats off a ship.
How much? That guy's got to be super rich to do that, though, right? Like that is like
Super
really.
rich. What do you mean? It's a container. It's an actual container.
Right.
Who's coming up with that? The apparatus. And by the way, let's be real about this. How many parakeets has that guy killed to get it right? Let's be real about it. How many parakeets have gone to the bottom of the ocean floor because you know he didn't get right?
Like he's
first
about
time?
to
parakeet.
Could you imagine? Ah, can't breathe. Help! 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 It's leaking through. I'd rather go eat lunch with JFig.
JFig would never do that. Okay.
What kind of bird is that, Dan Day?
Parakeets are the little ones with the stripes on the back of their head.
Parrot.
That's
like
a parrot.
an Amazon parrot.
Whatever, dude. I
It
mean,
is.
No,
either-
apparently there's different. I don't know.
I mean, either way, like it should no,
it's a parakeet.
They shouldn't be underwater. A pelican can go underwater.
Apparently, he tested the comfort level of the bird in a kitchen sink.
So you waterboarded the thing?
Rats off a ship.
He prepared safety tests before his 12 to 15 minute underwater excursion, guys.
All right. You know what, dude? People need to be thrown in prison for things like this. I'm sorry.
Honestly. And you know what?
This is crazy.
Pete even went ahead and wrote back in the comments.
Oh, Peter must have a field day with this guy.
He said this bird trusts you with his life, and you forced him underwater in a tiny container for views. And I totally agree. People need to stop doing really dumb things for views.
Like
Getting
dressing their dogs up.
Yeah, people
in
who dress their
outfits.
dogs up, like put them in little pajamas and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like dogs don't want clothes. Yeah.
Although I do,
You cannot compare that to
Although I
the
do
other
think-
extreme. Are you crazy?
I do think there's some funny ones with the dog dressed up with the knife, and he walks at the big dog. That's hilarious.
You just fall
For
for like
Halloween, yes.
8-year-old
Yeah.
videos on Twitter. That's all you're watching.
Hey, all videos are new to me.
So you rats off a ship?
Damn rats off a ship.
Jennifer?
When is the last time you said, you know what? I wish my bird could go underwater.
I don't know. That's why I'm saying he must be high. Jennifer?
I mean, he
I don't know.
and built it.
I don't know how you even come up with this conclusion. Like, you know what? I want my bird to see what I can see when I snorkel.
Right.
It
Can they
makes
even
no sense to me.
He doesn't want to see any of that. He wants to fly.
Did he go, hey, Petey the Parrot, I need you to hit this before we go underneath?
Yeah, like imagine a bird for the first time seeing a shark. Like they're terrified.
I'm pretty sure he didn't go far. I don't
know.
think so.
Who knows? Who knows what the limits of Jacques Cousteau over here was going to do?
Jacques Perot.
Humanity.
Dan Day, where are your rats?
I mean, I'm 100% rats off a ship, man.
That's
Animal
ridiculous.
lover, not just because he did this, but also he made it succumb to even more terror by testing it in a sink before.
You know who I think would do this? LaMelo Ball. That's who I think would do this. If you had to pick one NBA
You couldn't
player,
be more correct.
if there was one NBA player who would stick a bird in a submarine and make an own custom submarine, it would be LaMelo Ball, except it would have like laser lights and fog machine along with it. Anyway, what else?
And
is on-
somehow a tire,
He doesn't talk
a
to
little
his bird
wheel.
I've been driving this Hummer.
Yeah, that's why he keeps on getting crashes. He's like, "Come on, bird, learn to drive." What's number
How
3?
dare he punch his mascot?
Crazy, dude.
I wish
By
the
the way,
mascot punched back.
your mic is dribbling like LaMelo Ball. It's like going. Dun, 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 dun.
It hasn't moved.
I think you're hitting the bottom of it. Something's like shaking.
I
on it.
haven't.
Jennifer, you're doing for the last couple days.
I
You've been doing, hold on.
swear.
You've
Leroy,
been
you just
doing
want to
this
get on
spot.
me because we always get on you.
Why-
Okay?
you've been doing this
Let's
spot,
move on.
Jennifer.
Let's move on.
No, Jennifer.
Oh wait,
hold on,
what?
hold
Just
on.
because you do this
Jennifer,
with the hands
Yeah.
doesn't mean
You
it's
can't
like,
say just
let's
move on. You can't just say move on when
You
this is
literally
what-
asked me what was the next topic.
Jennifer, but we have to stop for a second. Okay, you're lashing out. This is what's going on for our audience.
I haven't moved the microphone. I don't know.
Dude, it's too close to the ground. I'm telling you right now.
and it's not me.
And it's not us. Because it hasn't happened all show, Posh. Be honest. There you go. Perfect. What's number 3, Jennifer?
It was muted. How would you say perfect? Okay. We have Mel Kiper's final mock draft. And
Mhm.
he has the Dolphins taking Francis Mauigoa.
Not rats off a ship. But, no good things happen to me, so it's not going to happen, But, like,
Really, what the hell's wrong with you?
nothing. Just good things don't happen to me.
the old reverse
No,
psychology.
just nothing good happens to
You
me.
were probably the kid that go, Mom, you're probably gonna say no, but can I go outside and play?
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
what
do
you-
that.
That's what you sound like.
I'm just telling you,
You
nothing.
sound like a whiny baby.
I'm not whiny. It's just nothing good's going to happen. I mean,
I never
I
get
would-
the guy I want. I never get the mommy man. They're like, what
like
the
that.
hell?
Why would we get Francis Mauigoa? We never get good things. But of course I'm not rats off a ship. I would love it. You?
Yeah, I would love it. It
That's not
would.
the game.
Huh?
The game is not would I love it. Is rats off a ship or not rats off a ship?
You just said the same exact
After,
words.
After.
Oh my goodness.
After. Get the game right.
I'm not rats off a ship.
Love the rats.
What's wrong with you?
Jennifer, where are your rats?
She's just fed up with you.
Why?
Look, she's just shaking her.
With
head.
both of you, okay?
No, no,
Why?
no, 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 no.
You had
No.
your
You
mic was
can't say
dribbling-
no. It was I'm the one saying it.
Your mic was dribbling like white chocolate. Like we needed to get it fixed. A basketball player, Jennifer. Jason Williams.
Okay.
I golfed with him.
Really?
Yeah, when I went to Sarasota.
Are your rats on the ship?
I'm not rats off a ship, yes.
Very good.
So that means your rats are on the ship.
Love the rats.
Oh my god, thank you so much, Leroy.
Dan Day?
You're really just
Quick clarification. Am I responding to Mel Kiper saying Mauigoa is going to fall to the Dolphins, or am I commenting on Mauigoa falling to the Dolphins?
Yes, his prediction that the Mauigoa is going to fall to the Dolphins.
I'm rats off a ship on that, man.
No shot?
There's no way he's falling that low, man. Stop
Rats
giving us
off
hope
the
down
ship.
here in Miami. You know that
No good.
Mauigoa is going to not fall to number 10, much less number 11.
Dan gets it. Like, no good things happen.
no.
Good things don't happen to me.
You're just
Let me
manifesting
grab
the worst, really.
The only draft pick everybody's gonna get right is number 1.
Yep.
That's it.
Mhm.
Man, crazy.
You know it's really gonna throw the draft off, right?
Hmm?
When somebody takes Tyler Simpson.
Is that his full
up
name?
high. Tyler
Yeah.
Simpson.
Well, I know it's Ty, but I didn't know if it was Tyrone. I don't know what his name was.
Go to break. Goodbye. I see him.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't hear any of you.
Want my body, and you think I'm sex? Come on, sugar, let me know.
All right, welcome back, everybody.
This is Casey Kasem's top 40. That's why I remember hearing these songs. Like, we didn't have 17 different genres. If you was a top song, you was on Casey Kasem's top 40. So you had to pretty much listen to all the popular songs in every genre.
Ty Simpson's name is just Ty?
Yes.
Dude,
no,
Confirmed.
Yeah.
Hey,
Not Tyler
wait,
or
I didn't need to-
Tyrone.
I didn't need to Google it.
Well, no.
I know it wasn't Tyrone.
Yeah, but you said Tyler, and I was like, oh, is it Tyler? Because I didn't know. I was like, is it short for something? Because that would make sense if it was Tyler.
Tyler or Tyson?
But it's not. It's just Ty.
Ty.
It's just Ty.
Yeah.
T-Y.
I know it ain't Tyrone. You better call Tyrone.
Listen,
Call
I was just
it.
asking a fair question.
No, you're not.
I'm asking a fair question.
No, you're not.
I don't think it was that fair.
Wait, here, you know why he should get a -1? The guy avoids dipping his toe around the fringes of anything that can be considered racist.
Hmm?
Right?
Why would that be racist?
Know any other white Tyrones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
well, what? Like, why? If his intangibles, I'm in the clear.
Who?
First of all, there's people from history with the name Tyrone.
Exactly.
White Tyrone?
Yeah, like old British guys.
Go! Name one.
We've been.
You tell me, old guys.
Do you know Stephen Colbert's middle name? Dade Savage just alerted me.
Who?
Stephen Colbert.
Tyrone?
Tyrone.
Okay, but they ain't his first name. We ain't around
Still
here
in the
calling
name.
him Tyrone
It's still in the
Colbert.
name. That means somebody in the family was Tyrone.
There's more Leroys than white Tyrones.
I would agree. There are probably more
Yeah.
white Leroys. Nobody's debating that.
Okay.
Nobody's debating that. I just asked a simple question, and you just
The name originates from Ireland, by the way.
Yeah. Hi, shay. Oh, look at there. It's me, Tyrone. Hello there, Tyrone. Tyrone Simpson dropping back. He goes deep. Oh, look at that. He finds Leroy for the touchdown. Hey, shay.
White Leroy, not to be confused.
It goes without saying if I'm speaking like this.
No, that's different because Tyrone is an English name and Leroy is a French name. So
Okay.
they wouldn't be played together.
Well, he just said it was he said it was
Irish.
Irish. Well,
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. They're
Imagine if he was Tyrone McGregor.
Mm-mm.
Dude, what are you doing?
-1 for show poniness.
You know what? I hate to say this. Get ready for a lot of these shows, folks.
Why?
We got no hockey and no basketball.
Oh, John Eric Sullivan speaking at the podium. You know
At the Marlins.
what?
Listen.
You got to get excited for football.
No. Let me explain something to you. I am genuinely excited to have Sully and Hafley in the organization. I am.
Mhm.
I've seen what people have done in Green Bay, and I want to have a crack at it. I want to see if they can do something similar to that. But as of April 15th on tax day, I could give a rat's ass what any football coach or GM has to say. Because any question that you ask about the draft, they're not going to be honest. Any question that you have about the season, they're going to be over enthusiastic. So I just want to avoid this. Nothing against Sully or Hafley. Nothing against them. But to have to talk during this time of year.
It's draft time. This is the time to talk.
Wait, is he going to give you an idea of who he's drafting?
Maybe. He's been very honest so
No,
far.
he's not. You know damn
that?
well he's
You don't know
not.
anything about John Eric Sullivan. Don't tell me Sully wouldn't lie to me.
Dude, if they told you, hopefully we plan on getting this guy or this guy, and somebody else wants him, guess what they're going to do? Move ahead of you. So why would you say that? Like, come on, dude, stop.
I don't like what
Stop
you're doing.
stop being a jackass.
I'm not. You're being a
You're
jackass
being a
today.
jackass.
You know, first of all, you're naming, intangible Ty. You're naming him Tyrone Simpson. You know, you started us down this track, so you got us off derailed.
All right, Erica Badu.
You know? That's always your default, too. You go right to the Sour Patch.
No, I ran out.
Stop playing with the bag then.
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. Yeah, if I'm going to get on her for her bongos in the background, I'm going to get on you for your rattling and your rustling. She swears she never makes any noise.
She swears she never makes
If you would
noise.
say that she makes a noise, she gives you the eye roll.
Right.
She gives you the eye roll.
So mad. I can't, like, wow, God forbid you should bump something and make a noise, Jennifer.
Schmeeth and Schmolnick says, hey, lardass. Jesus. How honest was Sully when he said Waddle was this team's future? I don't think he said that. Did he say that?
Yeah.
I don't think he said that.
But here's the problem. I understand.
Very biting from Schmeeth.
I understand how they have to talk.
Usually just goes chunks.
But some of us at this table are not honest enough to take it for what it is. You go hook, line, and sinker into everything everybody says.
I do not.
You do. You do.
Having a good time. It's draft season. Well,
You know what the best part of this is we all understand what this team needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't need them to tell us. We know. We can see, right? The most exciting part of this is seeing how they go about getting that talent. That's the most exciting thing to me. There's nothing, absolutely nothing that either one of those guys could tell you at this moment that would give an indication of who they're planning on drafting. So let's just stop.
Headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your price seat at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. Let's see. Anything good from Sully here from this press conference? Let's see. He says he starts the press conference from Travis Wingfield. When you feel you're prepared, there's a calm to it all. Deep. Love it. Love it. You know what that means? He's done the research.
Again, let me just throw this out there. Being prepared and the excitement of the draft are two different things. Being prepared means you've evaluated all the guys you could possibly draft, 1 to 100 guys, right? That means you put in the work. How the draft is going to go is a crapshoot for everybody involved, because I'm telling you, the first monkey wrench could be if somebody takes Ty Simpson in the top 5 or 10. That means that you're going to have access to a player that you never would have had access to because somebody reached for a quarterback. That's how the draft works. Soon as somebody reaches, it's going to open up opportunities for everybody before the dumb team.
Travis tweets out, John Eric Sullivan reiterates that Devon Achane is not available for trade. He says things are trending in the right direction regarding his extension talks.
Yeah, that's fine. You got plenty of time.
He also says that the Dolphins are more likely to move down than up, but he's, quote, not going to pass on good players just to acquire picks.
Again, there you go. See? See?
See what?
I would say it's a 50-50 chance if they even have the 11th pick when it's all said and done.
Or 30th.
I'd be more inclined to keep 30th.
Why?
Or here, I'd be more inclined to keep one of them. Here's why. That 5th year option on that first rounder comes into play if you get a good player. That means you don't even start having conversations till after.
Yeah, but mostly it's a quarterback thing, right? Like,
no.
A lot of the times once you get to
if you have that in with a wide receiver or a defensive tackle or something like that, that extra year means that process starts a year later than it would normally start.
Most positions, like the one you really want to avoid the jack up price like crazy, is the quarterback.
Correct.
Like for the most part, defensive tackles, like they're not thrilled playing on their 5th year option. It's not like it's not like that. Like when people talk about that, that's usually a QB thing,
right?
because you know the money's going to be insane.
Mhm.
So you're going to say like, oh, well, tough nuggets. You're going to play on the 5th-year option. That's how it's going to go.
I got you.
But I don't know. I would like them to use the top 11 pick, unless they're going to get a haul for it. I think like you should try and get yourself the most bona fide talent that there is near the top 10.
But what happens is here's what happens. If somebody reaches, the talent falls lower. If you can find a situation where, hey, I really want to get this guy, but I know he wants.
You know where that was a problem though? I'll tell you exactly where this effed them. The Waddle draft, because they could have had Jamar Chase. And they got cute, traded down. They got a good receiver. They got Jamar Chase. So I get you. Like I know it in theory. Even Chris Greer tried that, but he sucks. He's Chris Greer.
But here's the thing. The cool thing about all of this is what makes the draft exciting, because
well, that's why I'm excited.
I look forward to the draft for one reason. Who's gonna do the stupid thing?
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna draft somebody's gonna trade to move up or whatever.
Feels like
I think there's a lot of people in the draft in the top 10 that want to move down, because if they can move down and possibly get a pick for next year's draft's supposed to be stronger.
A lot of momentum that the Cowboys are going to trade up. A lot of people talking about that. Jared needs a move. What's he need to be?
Move for who?
I don't know.
D lineman?
Perhaps, or an edge. We'll see.
An edge. He's gonna go draft an edge after saying we don't need an edge.
I didn't know. I just didn't want Micah. Enough of him. He didn't want to talk. He wanted to negotiate. Because my word is oak. I shake hands. That means it's a deal. He wanted his agent.
You say we'd already have a deal if he didn't use his agent.
Which is
the craziest thing for an owner of a company to say about an employee.
The only agent you should trust is 007.
Is that not the craziest thing you could say?
Yeah, it's insane.
I would rather you not use your representation and come here and let me just take advantage.
I think Ricky Williams is like the only guy that ever fell for that. Like Ricky Williams, when he was here, like he's like, oh, we'll negotiate on a post-it. Cool. They tried that move on Jason Taylor, and he did not like it.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, take a break. Back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Hey, Leroy, can we get another weather update brought to us by our friends over at Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. Yeah, but if I just told you, it would lose the effect of you going to the WindowPlex. I like you walking over there.
Mostly cloudy. I barely see a little spots of blue here and there. Winds are about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Again, I'm going to say they're coming out of the east, although it's sometimes hard to tell. No planes, no nothing. And I would say it's slightly above 80 degrees. But other than that, I would expect some kind of rain. It don't get cloudy like this for nothing down here in South Florida.
Mama said, happiness comes from little drops of sunshine when you're feeling blue. Oh, man.
What the hell is wrong?
I think that deserves a -1.
Why?
I don't like it.
It's Waterboy.
Yeah.
Why? Is it like, you guys don't.
Mama has said that alligators are grumpy like that because they're ornery.
They got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
No, all them teeth and no toothbrush.
-1.
It might be the funniest, stupidest movie we've ever seen,
stupid.
right?
It's so stupid.
Along with Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I've ever even seen all of Napoleon.
Really?
I've seen pieces, but I've not seen the whole thing.
I had to watch it in school.
Really?
I did.
What's the educational value to that?
I don't know, but it was like a whole thing back, I think, in high school, and it was just funny for us.
Usually, Dan, the educational value is testing is over and the teachers just want to get to break. That's usually, like, I know once all the tests are done, because that's all these schools want is for the testing to be done with. And then, like, those last 4 days right before break, it's the Disney Plus login is going pretty hot and heavy in the Tobin household. Because I'm like,
they're in Idaho in that movie, right?
I don't know.
So maybe it's like a teaching. There's a state called Idaho.
Uncle Rico.
You'll never go to, but you can watch it through this movie.
Dave South says it's interview shirts for teachers. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Once all the hard work is done, what else are you gonna do? Teach them something new? They're not gonna get tested on it. It's summertime, baby.
Yeah,
that's what it's for. That's what it's for. So Dianna Russini resigned, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was that was announced yesterday.
There's two ways you could go about this. I had this little chat with Tamara G and Julie Guy,
who you can hear on 101.5. Those two girls in the morning. Great job. 6 to 10. 6 to 10. Or are they on earlier?
6 to 10. Well, 5:30.
5:30 today. Excuse me. Go.
So, and one of the things they said was nothing ever happens to the man.
Right.
And I would say, like, it's hard to use that in this situation because you have to look at circumstances of their job, right? If he has something going on with a reporter, right? Huh?
Nothing.
It doesn't affect his job at all.
Well, I want to ask you about that because you've been in the football environment, right?
Yes, I've had media.
Here's what I would say to that.
Right.
Okay, I can understand that because people will say, "Well, it's an ethical thing versus
it's a moral thing.
A moral thing."
Right.
However,
right.
The big thing in football, all right, that these maniacs go through, they want distractions away.
Correct.
This guy has now thrown himself in, well, not thrown. I mean, they were snooped out by whatever. I don't know what party snooped on him, but he's now in the middle of a huge scandal. You could say, oh, it doesn't affect his job ethically. I would say, well, if they're reaching out to reporters and saying things about players and whatnot, and trying, that's not nothing. Is he going to get fired? Probably not. He just did go to the Super Bowl, but
that's what I mean by
I don't think
if you're an owner, think about
not this owner.
No, but just in general, if you're an owner and you just had a coach that go to the Super Bowl and he has what we would deem a relationship, whatever it is, with a reporter. As a football team, okay. Now, if you run a paper or a website that reporter works for, it's a different issue because now how are you going to be able to have that person go and talk to other players or other coaches when this is part of the conversation? It affects her job and what she has to do more than it affects what he has to do.
Kind of. The one thing I would say is I don't think you're wrong in that it affects your job because everyone's going to throw jokes at her. But unless she lies,
or they're going to think, okay, how's she getting all the information from the Patriots?
Yeah, but it would be silly she doesn't just report on Mike Vrabel. It would be silly to say that Dianna Russini through her entire career only got information from canoodling with people, right?
Right.
Like she's been an NFL insider for a very
long time. But that's what people jump to.
I understand. And obviously it seems like something happened here. I know that her whole explanation was that she didn't want to, that basically she's already guilty in everybody's eyes. She didn't want to subject herself to the internal investigation, which they say they're going to still do. But the Vrabel thing is not nothing, because here's the thing. It's really going to be contingent upon you better be good at football then, because if the Patriots aren't, then all of a sudden you'd be like, oh, because why? Because your house is a mess, because you got caught cheating on your wife. So I don't think it's one of these things where people think, oh, nothing's going to happen. I don't know that nothing's going to happen to him right now.
Tell you how this is
you want to know
work?
something? He probably would have spoken already about it, and he hasn't. He's hid like a coward.
Let me tell you what the problem is from his perspective. It has nothing to do with coaching, right? But they're not going to be as good this year. One, because their schedule is going to be a lot tougher. And they still haven't figured out a way to protect their quarterback that we know of. Okay? So when you put those two things together, and I will go on to say the loser of the Super Bowl doesn't normally fare well the next year. And there's going to be 5 or 6 teams that made the playoffs last year that don't make it. Everything that happens in actual football is not working in his favor. So if he falls into that, everybody's going to now look at this situation and say, this is why.
Yeah, that's what happened to the Dolphins last year. Like all the drama with Tyreek Hill, nonstop off the was it just a time of the Dolphins weren't talented enough? Yeah, probably.
Right.
But did it help?
No, it talk about all the other stuff.
Yeah. Did
so
it help?
that's how this is going to work. The other thing is that now, and here's the kicker. Now Vrabel is going to be kind of have to talk to everybody and give everybody information. Otherwise, it looked like she was getting special access.
This was her statement yesterday. Dianna Russini. It was reported first yesterday by the AP, and then she just put out her statement, which I think has like 14 million views on Twitter right now. Crazy.
Well, her biggest story is her own.
Yeah. No,
right? Is that crazy?
People are dying to hear stuff on it. People like salacious stuff, dude. They really do.
I don't.
Dear,
it's uncomfortable to me.
This was to Steven Ginsburg. He's the executive editor of The Athletic. Please accept this letter of resignation from The Athletic, effective immediately. I've come to the decision with deep sadness, but with clarity on what is right for me and my family and the work that I've spent my career building. You and I have publicly addressed the recent attacks against me, and I have nothing to add publicly to what we have said. I have covered the NFL with professionalism and dedication throughout my career. I stand by every story that I have published. When Page 6 item first appeared, The Athletic supported me unequivocally and expressed confidence in my work and pride in my journalism. For that, I am grateful. In the days that followed, unfortunately, commenters in various media have engaged in self-feeding speculation that is simply unmoored from the facts. Moreover, this media frenzy is hurtling forward without regard for the review process by The Athletic that they are trying to complete. It continues to escalate, fueled by repeated leaks, and I have no interest in submitting to a public inquiry that has already caused far more damage than I'm willing to accept. Rather than to continue this, I've decided to step aside before my current contract expires on June 30th. I do so not because I accept the narrative that has been constructed around this episode, but because I refuse to lend it further oxygen or let it define my career. Over my career, spanning 15 years in sports journalism at NBC, ESPN, The Athletic, I've built a body of work I'm proud of. I've broken stories, earned the trust of sources around the league, and been guided through the highest standards of professional conduct. That record speaks for itself. I remain grateful to The Athletic and for the extraordinary colleagues with whom I have worked with on this platform that is provided. Thank you for your support. You've shown me in a difficult time and wish you nothing but continued success. And that is sincerely Dianna Russini.
So I can look at this as a person, or I can look at this as an athlete. Okay. Imagine somebody covering the story like Dianna Russini would cover the story if that were an athlete. You see?
No.
I'm just saying the way in which they would cover a story that happened to someone else if it were an athlete that they weren't involved in. She kind of has an idea of how people are going to cover the story.
Well, I mean, here's the thing that's tough for her, okay? Where you can't really give her a break on this, and it's unfortunate, is you both publicly came out and said, well, this is laughable. He called the pics laughable. She said she was on a trip with friends. That, if that was true, that would seem like a pretty easy thing to prove. And yet, the silence has kind of spoken volumes there. Because, yeah, they probably got caught in a very conspicuous situation. Like, it is what it is. And because if it was true that you were there with friends, my hope would be I would have piece of evidence out immediately, because you know it's a feeding frenzy. In today's day and age, people do decide things before they're before anything is given due process. However, it would seem to me at this point, where if you were at the point where I'm going to decide on my job, because they went to a point where they believed her and then it went to review. At some point, one, either Mike Vrabel has to come out and say another, defense of it, or if they both did get caught, then the inevitable is going to happen. But the thing is, what we saw here probably is what we all think we saw here, because why the hell are two people interlocking fingers at an adults only resort?
I
not one other photo has come out.
Here's what I would say. If you were there with friends, how come all these pictures are just y'all two?
Yeah, where's the friends?
Where are the friends?
So that's the tough thing.
I can explain.
Go ahead.
We're colleagues. We're professionals. We both work in this sport. She was giving me some insider information. I was talking about stuff with my team. We didn't want other people to hear it, hence why we were close to each other. And at certain points, separated.
They should have used you.
Yeah, at certain points, separated. Stuff that we felt as though it was personal to the team or to our profession. That's what I would have said to my wife. I'm just going through, and I don't have a wife, but you know what I mean.
Hey, let me tell you, Dan, go get a wife and see if that flies.
Oh, no. I'm not saying it does.
Oh, no. Like, you ain't even married and you know that ain't gonna fly.
No, you're in hot water, but to try to get out, say, look.
Here's what I would say. I have female friends that I'm cool with, right? That I would hang out with. Maybe hang out by a pool. Maybe hug.
Not laying like that.
No, it would definitely be in a public environment, right?
He was too relaxed.
Very relaxed. But you know what's weird? If you look at those photos, when they're laying by the pool, they don't even look like they're together.
Oh, he does. It's his fault.
He looks satisfied.
He sure does.
Look at that.
They
don't really.
Look at that. Look at that arm.
Now, the other pictures.
You think I'd lay next to somebody like that platonic? No way, dude.
Really?
What? No way, dude.
I don't know. It doesn't look that bad.
It doesn't look like
I think I can explain my way out of this one. I think I can.
I don't think you can.
Listen,
I don't think any PR answer would work here.
All I would say is this. In moments like this, you know why I could say it ain't none of my business? For this reason. I ain't the one they got to worry about. Well, they're both married.
That does remember, and I think that wasn't the original story that they were going when the pics were sold. I think it was that they didn't know it was her. Like, that was kind of an afterthought, that they saw him and that was with an unidentified woman. So, which makes me think if it was a PI, that it was somebody for the wife. I don't know. But there's been nothing from Vrabel. Quiet as a church mouse.
That's what you do.
Well, yeah.
You don't say nothing.
He can't not say nothing. He has to talk to the media publicly.
Why not? Say something, I feel.
You can only get in trouble for the things you say.
The one losing her job.
He gonna pull the old Bill Belichick. on to Cincinnati.
Old Belichick, not new Belichick.
Oh, new Belichick. You're like, yeah, all right.
Belichick.
So I'm torn because I can acknowledge that the issues that they have ain't with me. They're both married.
Yep.
And so from that standpoint, like, who cares what we think? I can also understand how people would say the rules are different for her than they are for him. And they are, because understand the work that you do and how, like, his work doesn't have to involve her, but her work has to involve not only him, but his team and other teams.
Well, also, he's not going to have to go through the muck every single time, because whenever he talks to those 7 to 10 to a dozen reporters every single week, that could be it for him. Like, her job is out in the open, interacting
and she has
with
to
the whole
go.
world all
She's
the time.
relying on internet exposure and things like that. And so, like, this is going to sound kind of like, I don't know how it's going to sound, but it's keeping it real. When you get into something like this, you got to know what's the worst case scenario. Well, I don't care how much you still have to make it look appropriate.
Right.
And I think that's where two adults go sideways, is where they think, oh no, I'm not gonna get caught, or oh no, I'm not gonna get caught in compromising situation. And if you both are risking the same thing, okay, that's fine. But they're not. She was the only one really risking anything.
You want to know what is not a risk?
What?
The PGA Cadillac.
Oh my goodness. So this is the deal. You know, we talked to Dave Mack, and like, when you go out there, like, it's a phenomenal golf course. It's in great shape. They're building the little cities all around, all the little places that he talked about for the kids and stuff like that. But you're only going to have 72 guys. And some of those guys are going to be guys like Rory, Scotty Scheffler, Jordan Spieth, Schauffele, Cameron Young,
who's who, dude?
Ludwig Oberg. All the top names are going to be there. They're going to have public venues. They're going to have local bites. We talked about some of that, right? And if you're a ticketed adult, you can bring 2 children up to 15 years. So they're trying to include everybody. Just go to CadillacChampionship.com. You'll be able to see all the stuff they have. And I've been out there. It's pretty cool. So go check them out. If you want tickets, you can buy tickets at CadillacChampionship.com right away.
You know, Leroy, I got to go make a trip soon because I just had the dirty boxing going on, and that means I need to get that suit of mine cleaned. Although I think I'm going to go new suit for the next time. But anytime I need my ringside suits taken care of, Leroy, you know who I go to. That's our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. The owner Zara, that's our guy. Let me tell you something, Leroy. If you want your dry cleaning taken care of with the best hands in all of South Florida, you want to use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners.
It's prom season, wedding season. Have your formal wear fitting right. They can do same-day sewing. They have a seamstress on site, Sarah's mother, so you know you're getting the best possible care for your clothes, serving all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, and Southern Palm Beaches. They can pick up and drop off your orders.
Not only that, R is a fan of the show. He wants to take care of our audience. So there's a special deal for all of our listeners. If you guys use A&T Dry Cleaners, you mention Tobin and Leroy, you get 25% off your order. That's right. So you mention A&T Dry Cleaners, you say that you heard it on Tobin and Leroy, 25% off your order. Call or text Ara anytime, 954-610-9383. That's his personal number, 954-610-9383 at any time, and he'll take care of you. Once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you'll never want to launder your own clothes again. Tell you what, could use somebody to clean up the Heat's mess. That's for sure, Ara. I don't know, you know.
You need somebody to clean up your professionalism.
What?
That little stunt.
It wasn't a stunt.
Dude.
Hold on, wait. You can't say anything and your camera's not even facing you.
Yeah, that's right, dude. Fix it, dude.
No. Okay.
-1.
Okay. You be
-1.
You don't know what happened. Let me explain to you
You
what
did
happened.
a whole read with the camera not facing you.
Hold on. But they could hear me.
They can hear him.
So hold on. Is that worse than what I'm about to tell you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Something. We had to do something for Lynn.
Wasn't that bad.
Right? We had to do something for Lynn. Nice little welcome in the Marlins back or whatever. Got it. We're on. Right? Me and Tobin, we knock it out right away. We do it, go back and forth. Great read. He goes, I'm sorry, I forgot to press record.
Okay, in my defense, okay. So we have a lot of people, you know, end of the show, we're shifting around, we want to get it done. You know, I only have so many accounts to record. I'm like, I don't want to go all the way over there to record. So I brought up my little handy dandy recorder over here, Jennifer. All right. Great recorder, my Shure mic, great quality. All right. Sounds great. You know, because Dan's working, Jimmy's coming in. You know, I didn't want to start, we got to record this, guys, you know, like, so I just figured, we'll do it right here. We'll knock it out. And well, the thing with my recorder is you got to hit it once and then the light blinks, right? Like it's bleep, bleep, bleep. But you really got to hit it twice because that makes the clock roll. And so, you know, this Leroy with the reading, you know, sometimes it's a little bit. So I had to make sure that he was on point with the read.
Bleeping kidding
I was going to make sure he was on point with the read. So I wasn't thinking about the recording because I was making sure that he was on script at the right point. Because, you know, we do one of those funny reads where you're like back and forth. So I just had to make sure he was okay because I want to make sure he had the script down, you know?
I love the way you just.
If I did any of that, you guys would instantly give me a -1.
What do you mean?
To both of you.
Wow.
Do it.
I just can't believe
-1.
he tried to throw me under the bus.
I'm throwing you under the bus.
You also threw him under the bus too.
Yeah, I got distracted. You know, and to make sure you were on point on the whole thing. You make sure the promo was humming.
Also, he asked you to do this read, right? You're allowed to go in there with Dan. Okay, just because there's things going on in there.
I know we're allowed to do it with Dan, but then if I do that,
it backs everything up.
First of all,
people trying to get in and out.
We're already running
do it to you anyway,
right? He's got a show tonight, so like if I'm like, hey, we got to do this, I got to record this, then Dan's got to email it to me. No, I could just do it on that thing. It's perfectly fine. It works. It works great. It sounds great. You wouldn't know the difference between whether we were in a radio booth or not. I know how to engineer these things, Jennifer. I just didn't hit record twice. We got it done though. We got it done. Perfect 30-second read.
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
Done. You guys will hear it during the Marlins broadcast.
Yeah,
I think that's where they're airing it. Hey, Glenn, is that where you guys are airing it?
Who knows?
Anyway, you know, I got a couple of flubs, so I had to clean it up. So the Heat will have their exit interviews tomorrow.
Are you going?
No, I got to do the show. Do you want me to go?
No. When do they do it?
I would imagine they're probably like 11, 12. I don't know.
I mean, it's not an. It's not a true end of the season interview till you get.
I don't
Pat
usually
Riley to say
I'm
something
gonna
crazy.
I'll go to the Pat Riley one. I don't usually go to this one because it's like it's like a whole thing. How many guys do you really want? You honestly, like, let's be real about it. There's like one guy we want to hear from.
Who's that?
Bam. He's like, hey, what did you think about that hit job that was put on you?
I
don't even know if he's gonna show up.
it's weird. It's weird happening to him because he is so well liked, right? That's what makes this odd.
Right. So no, I'm not gonna go tomorrow. I got the radio show. Whenever Riley will speak, I'll try and make it there for that. But no, tomorrow, like, Bam, honestly, that's the one that I would like to hear. Like, but I trust the parties that'll be there. All right.
Okay.
There's great reporters out there. The great Ira Winderman, the great Anthony Chang, Tim Reynolds, Barry Jackson. I know Barry Jackson's locked and loaded, ready to go. People are out here. They're like, oh, you guys are soft. It's like, first of all, what do you think goes on at a press conference? You think you're bringing pitchforks? Like, what do you,
I mean, the only person that really, really goes there and causes a ruckus is you.
That's not fair.
Really?
That's not fair.
Okay.
I don't cause a ruckus.
Okay.
It was this is the thing. And this is why I always love when people are like that. You can't trick Pat Riley, okay? Pat Riley's going to say what Pat Riley wants to say. He's Pat Riley.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
And my question when it happened wasn't even really about Jimmy Butler. It was about them versus the Celtics.
You said Jimmy Butler, though.
Because they ran circles.
You said Jimmy Butler.
I didn't know it was going to go in that direction.
Really?
I didn't know it was
Well,
going to go in that direction.
you think that maybe he's a little bit upset about the Jimmy Butler situation at that time?
I didn't know he was that upset.
Oh, really?
I didn't know he was that upset.
Okay.
If I did,
okay,
I still would have asked it, but I would have maybe I would have gone a different route to the question.
Yeah.
Less scenic.
Mhm.
To get there.
All right.
But we'll follow it along. I'm sure tomorrow. I'm sure the Heat will have it so we can roll it back and bring you some of the if there's anything interesting. I mean, I'm sure you guys want to ask Tyler about his you think anybody asks? Like, I'm sure people will ask about his contract. Do you think he says, yeah, I want it, but I played 33 games this year. Like, is that what happens there? I bet no one doesn't do it. It's voluntary.
You think Bam has to do it?
I don't think he has to. I mean, he's got the injury. He could say, hey, I don't feel good. I don't want to sit at a podium. My tail hurts.
I got you.
I wouldn't blame him. Would you? What do you want to do? Stand up there with the mic like this?
To be honest with you, you've had a whole season to tell us your feelings. I don't care about what your feelings are at the end of the year.
There's only really, to be honest with you, there's really only one thing I think is interesting tactically to hear from the Heat, and I would like them to explain what they think happened with the Terry Rozier thing.
But that has nothing to do with Bam.
Oh, it has nothing to do with Bam.
Okay.
Bam, I would like to know Bam's frustration, but I think we know.
Right.
But from the organization, I would like to know their thinking of the Terry Rozier thing, the investigation of the Terry Rozier thing. Do they think they are owed anything from the Terry Rozier thing? And all that. Because everything else, I mean, it's like you said the other day, with Greg Dulcich. Enough words.
Right.
Enough words. If Greg Dulcich was up there and he wants to say something, I'll listen. Pat Riley? I don't know. Is that the most ridiculous statement in the history of radio?
Yes. Even furthermore, that when I got mad about it, when you talked about Dulcich the second week of camp, of not even camp. This doesn't even count as camp.
Somebody says, when is the day? I don't know. He does it whenever he wants. If I was him, I would get it done this week. I'd be like, hey, Friday, let's get out of here. Because that's what they like. Most it's like, oh, the players speak, the coach speaks, and then the next day the GM speaks. That's what I would do. I would do Spo and all the players tomorrow, Pat Riley on Friday. Let's have a good summer, everybody. See you at Summer League. Well, I guess we'll see you at the lottery. Ooh, the lottery, Leroy. We're getting ping pong balls. We're getting
So if there was no ping pong balls, where would
right now I think they're 12th.
So they would go 12.
Yes. Which I think they can move up if the Suns win. If the Suns win, I think they go up to 11th or 10th. I don't remember which one.
So they're going to be right around 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
if
they're 4-7 to get a top 4 pick, 4 to 7%, which is only like half of what the best team gets.
They had a bigger chance to win that damn game last night.
They did.
Okay.
But you know who had a less of a chance to get number one last year? The Mavericks.
True.
Oh, you said it was rigged.
Well, it was.
Maybe they could rig it again.
We are owed a pick.
Maybe they could rig it again.
If Adam Silver wanted to do the right thing, which, he never does because he's commissioner cover-up, but if he did want to do the right thing and he wanted to give an olive branch to Mickey Arison.
Make right?
Yeah, make right, Dan Day. If he wanted to make things right with Mickey Arison, he should rig the lottery for the Heat. First of all, they've never had the number one pick. Never. That's never. All right? Don't they? Pelicans have gotten 2.
Like 5, the Pelicans.
The Cavs got 20. Remember, they got LeBron, they got Kyrie Irving, they got Wiggins, and they got who was the guy with sleep apnea? Bennett?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Kyrie was 2, right? He was the second pick. But either way, no, he was 1.
No,
so they won
Kyrie
it 4
was
times.
1.
Yeah, so there were four number 1 picks for the Cavaliers, not 1 for the Heat. You got to rig it. We didn't get it. We were the worst. The Bulls got it. We're owed it. I'm owed it. Anyway, I'm sorry I didn't hit record.
You're owed it.
I'm sorry I didn't hit record.
Yeah, my bad.
Like, you always talk about my unprofessionalism, about how I have trouble with. So the last thing I want to have to do is do it twice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't talk about it anymore because the show's over and Hockman, Crowder, and Solana. They're next.